Oh,
good.
Snap.
We're
see
live
us.
now?
We're
Live.
live. This is happening.
Oh.
Ooh, happening.
Put the whiskey away.
There you go.
Or break it out, whichever
Or
one
whichever
melts more.
direction you want to go. It's fine.
Yeah.
Put it away
there.
in your belly.
Yeah. Hey there, party people. Welcome to the show. I'm Chuck, and some of us are Defenders of Kobold, and some of us are Grim and Perilous Studios. And we're going to run a game for you, and it's going to be great. Absolutely great. What else do I need to say? I don't know. We're going to be running a bastardized version of The Last Will and Testament of Obediah Felkner from Thick Skull Adventures, written by a Stephen Newton. This is going to be a modified version. So if you're coming here to watch the story unfold exactly as it's written in the adventure, you're going to be disappointed. So just go ahead and hit like and subscribe, then close your window. It's fine. Get out of here. So let's go through and let's do some introductions for all of you. So please, we're going to start. Probably we'll do Jake, Adam, Matt, Mike, and then Joe, just down the list on the fucking template. Let's do introduce yourselves, plug everything, anything you want to plug, and then tell us who you're playing for the night. And if you had to cast that character in a major Hollywood motion picture, what actor would you get? Just so we know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Rock the Dwayne Johnson are both not viable options tonight.
Well, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. Good stream,
Aw.
everybody.
So,
Yeah, I'm just going to read straight up from the background of my character sheet here.
sure.
Yeah, Corcus is an adult gnome male convict / charlatan. He's 4'7", 145 pounds, and of a normal build. He has tan skin and black eyes. Corcus has one distinguishing mark: lanky, jet black hair. He was born in summer, as of the low-born social class, and a forgotten upbringing. Corcus's dooming is the heathen will cut you down. And if I had to pick an actor to play him, I would probably pick John Lovitz as oh gosh, what's the name of that character he played on Saturday Night Live? The compulsive liar. I can't remember the actual name of the character, but that would be him.
So John Lovitz from his
John
role in
Lovitz.
Saturday Night Live. Okay.
Yes.
Adam,
Yes,
go do your introduction stuff.
I'm doing introduction stuff. My name is Adam Rose. I'm with Grim and Perilous Studios. I'm playing Bushroot. Bushroot is an orcs diviner turned druid.
Look how cute that dragon is. Adam's responsible for that.
Actually,
Kinda.
Ken Duquet is, but yes, I'm part of that team. But yeah, I'm playing a profession that Terrible Worm recently put out as a preview for a supplement we'll be bringing to the table. In this supplement, you'll be able to choose a basic profession and start the game with a particular school of magic. So I'm starting off with spells from the Prayers of the Demiurge. Yeah, Bushroot is a ranger archetype. Their pronoun is they. They were born from a civilized lifestyle, and then they found the ways of the demiurge, and they gave it all up in order to try and protect the surrounding forests and nature. Their order alignment is adaptation, and their chaos alignment is mayhem.
Nice. Okay.
I didn't roll my alignment. Doesn't matter. It's a one shot.
Doesn't matter
Doesn't matter. We're all gonna die. Chuck's gonna kill us.
if I do everything right.
I hope so. It's my turn. Hey,
It's
I'm
your
Matt.
turn, yeah.
I'm with Grim and Perilous Studios. You can find me here most nights. This is my home. Welcome to my home.
Help.
glad you found us. Yes, and help, please. I am playing Threk Crowfinger, a Skurzak bounty hunter smuggler. He was originally human. So all the things I rolled for, a pronounced brow and fair skin and all that probably doesn't really matter anymore, and the hair color of his hair and all that. But yeah, he's a Skurzak bounty hunter smuggler. It'd be fun.
Very nice. Adam, I think maybe you missed introductory or saying what actor would be playing your character. Did you say that?
No, I did not. I would have to do something real quick.
Okay. Well, he's doing that. Matt, why don't you go and tell us?
Who looks like a rodent? Bradley
Danny.
Cooper. He's got like a little ferret face. Bradley Cooper would play.
He did also play
Threk Crowfinger because he looks like a ferret. He's got like those beady little eyes.
No, we know who one of Matt's favorite actors is now. That's great. Adam, did you figure it out?
I think it's Tino and Sana.
I don't know who that is. Let's do some Googling.
They were in Bobby's World.
Oh.
And
the cartoon?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they were also in Darkwing Duck as
Bubble Guppies. That's where you all know them from.
they played Dr. Reginald Bushroot.
Oh. On Darkwing Duck?
On Darkwing Duck, yeah.
Hence Bushroot. Gotcha.
That's great.
Yeah.
And apparently also wrote 2 episodes for Police Squad,
Ooh.
which is a hilarious show.
Next up, we're going to talk to the man in charge. So, Mike, why don't you introduce yourself and your character and tell us an actor?
All right. So I'm Mike, the boss bosser, and I've been a play tester for Grim and Perilous since Zweihander started being developed. Let's see here. I do a lot of mechanics Mondays and other work with our Patreon, and I play on some various games like Queen of Embers with Dan. I'll do some Tuesday nights with Jen on her channel. I'll do Mutant Year Zero whenever we do that here. So yeah, I do a bunch of stuff. But as for my character, let's see here. I decided to call him Uncle Danny. I'm going to change that in the thing. And the character that would play him would be Danny DeVito, old man Danny DeVito, because my character is elderly.
Okay.
He is a henchman dungeoneer who has, because a dungeoneer has heroism and martyrdom as their chaos and order alignment. Let's see here. He's a dwarf. And yeah, he's going to be just kind of like the henchman guy. I hope to get bossed around. It's going to be fun to not be the boss. Because that's the whole point here. Is like normally the people in charge are not in charge, right? So like Matt gets to play, and I get to not be the boss. It's going to be great.
There you go. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe.
I'm Joe. I play with the Defenders of Kobold. Run a few games over there, and I'm a player and a bunch of other stuff. Tonight I am playing Douglas Beigebeard, the human buccaneer pistolier. He is a husky build, 5'6" and 200 pounds, so pretty short, and his distinguishing mark is perfect posture, probably trying to mask the fact that he's that short. Yeah, I'm excited to play him. He's hopefully going to be pretty good at dealing some damage.
There we go.
If I had to pick an actor to play him, I would pick Val Kilmer, but like a Val Kilmer that's really let himself go.
So modern
So,
day
like,
Val
late in
Kilmer.
life.
Yeah.
Val
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, isn't he kind of like that now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
fallen from
Just standing
his-
up straight.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Okay. I do want to just real quick say that I'm excited to have Joe and the boss there both in this game together, because Joe is my min-maxer. And if we learned anything from Mechanic Mondays, is that Boss the Mike Michler is the min-maxer for Grim and Perilous Studios.
That he
Which
is.
I did not do.
Oh no.
I went thematically like I'm just going to be this henchman guy. I'm just going to be
Wow.
Yeah, I went with all
So
the.
Joe, did you do
yeah.
that?
No. I like bought another skill point so that I could take a prestige class.
Yeah, like when you went
Like-
Buccaneer, Pistolier, I was like, oh, okay. That's why you asked about changing the skill and how much that would cost. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
normally Buccaneer can't do that. And I was like, oh, all right, he's going to kill everything. That's fine. We'll just let him kill everything.
So yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes. It's a fun combo. Although it is, yeah.
I'm just
I don't
happy to
fucking-
get to see Matt play Zweihander.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
How many games of Zweihander have you played so
I've played
far?
one. I played over on Pete's channel, Garblade Games, a year and a half
Okay.
ago. I did a one shot with him, so I've played once in my whole life
So this
in the
is
player's seat.
2.
Wow. So you'll have played 2 nights.
So you'll
As a
have plenty
player.
of questions to ask the GM.
Oh my
Chuck,
god.
how does this work?
Compendium.
Speaking of which, hey, why don't you plug that compendium? Speaking of which, as of this week, on Roll20 for free, the Player's Handbook is available to everybody. It's in there as a compendium, and you can search anything in the Player's Handbook. So that includes talents, trappings, the grimoire, all the spells, all the professions, everything. Everything that's in the physical Player's Handbook is now in Roll20. So if you've ever wanted an opportunity to jump into Zweihander and have been a little scared because of the size of the book and the perceived cost of entry when it comes to the knowledge and reading, well, it's all there and you can look it up on the fly, and you don't have to
There you
stream your
go.
games like us. So yeah.
You could,
You
by
could.
all means, but you don't have to.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a great plug.
Awesome.
It's a great fucking tool, and it's gonna make my life easier having all those rules right there. All right, we are playing the last will and testament of Obadiah Felkner. You all find yourselves on a chilly September evening. Let's say it's let's just go with a Tuesday, because why the fuck not? Second worst day of the week, so that's it. You find yourselves on a chilly Tuesday on a September. It's afternoon. I don't know if I said that or not already. But very specifically, you find yourself summoned to a very odd location, a graveyard. And you find yourselves inside a mausoleum, a crypt inside this graveyard. You've been summoned by the lawyer by the name of Sirius Legrand. He is employed by the Obadiah Felkner estate. You were summoned by letter, whether or not you were summoned as a group or individually. You all can figure that out. I don't care at this point.
I was summoned as a close personal friend of the deceased. Yeah, that's it. I knew him well. I liked to call him Slick.
Okay. I'm not gonna call for any kind of check here at all. It wouldn't be relevant, would it?
No,
No.
of course not.
So in this room, there's a couple of things right off the bat. There is a slab. I don't know what you would call it, but essentially there's just a big ass stone slab with a corpse on it, draped in a blanket, a shroud. In this room is a lawyer, big, southern-looking, genteel kind of guy. He's got the fancy white suit, little bow tie. There is a younger, woman, maybe in her 20s or so, dressed all in black with a shroud over her face. And there's a couple of what you would probably immediately think of as like hired muscle, something like that. Whether it's servant to some form, they're definitely there. Bigger individuals, got a lot of meat to them, and it looks like they got the look in their eyes of people who've seen some shit. The woman in the black shroud, covered from head to toe, wearing black gloves. You can tell she weeps ever so gently. And as you enter in this mausoleum, the lawyer He immediately takes notice of you. Oh, it's about time y'all made it here. I am so happy to see you this evening. I do believe that formal introductions would be proper, but we are at short of time. So allow me to introduce myself. I am Sirius Legrand. I am the one who summoned you. I am the oh fuck, what's that word? I don't know. I am the one in charge of overseeing Mr. Obadiah Felkner's estate now that he has passed away. I have brought you here for a very specific job that I have heard requires very specific skills that you all hold upon your personal repertoire of skills and stuff.
I'm sorry, are you the mortician?
I am not. I am a lawyer. I law things at a courtroom.
So you're an ex-mortician?
Yes. If the rock smells what you're cooking, that is the joke that's landed.
So you're a Sirius XM mortician?
I am Sirius XM mortician 1059.
Pleasure to meet you, Bushroot. As Bushroot is like cascading dust off of them, like Pigpen on Charlie Brown. Everywhere they move, just
the lawyer at your plume, he'll hold a kerchief over his mouth. I do say you carry a particular aroma with you that is not well suited for confined spaces.
Oh well, apologies. I'll just take that outside. As they take their satchel and put it outside and come right back in.
Oh, and then it doesn't follow them.
They still have dust spilling off of them, but they have the look like they solved the problem.
Okay.
They're very proud of themselves.
Very proud. So, are there any questions that you might have before we get down to brass tacks?
What are we doing?
Yeah, why are we here?
That is exactly the brass tacks. So we'll just get to it. I need you to retrieve an item for me that is may or may not exist in a place that could be highly dangerous.
Does it have to be alive?
No, this thing is not alive to begin with. So it's
perfect.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So, as you may know, Mr. Obadiah Felkner is dead. He has died of a rather awful and terrible disease, and he throws the shroud back from over the corpse, and it looks just desiccated, almost like a mummy. But he would indicate that Obadiah has maybe been dead for, a week at most. The skin has a very odd purplish hue to it. It's just drawn very taut over the bones. There's weird green. They're dried out now. They're almost like pustules all over the skin. As you can see, it is not pleasant. And it was quite a rapid ailment that led to death. And sadly, his
that darn
daughter,
5G.
Yeah, it's God damn it, Joe. And sadly, his daughter Bree, and he signals to the woman, has contracted it as well and has maybe a day or two at most left. And then Bree would lift her veil up, and you would see this woman in her 20s. Skin has purple splotches all over it with weird green oozing pustules here and there.
Good God, get her out of here.
It sounds like we need a breach of contract.
Now listen. I think you all are good for the job. Now, Bree, cover that up so I don't have to eat lunch again. Now, Bree, She is dying of this, but we believe there is a cure of a less than scientific nature that I am hoping you all can help me with. Not far from here is an old mission, a house of God used to spread the good word to those who have not yet heard it. And somewhere in this mission is rumored to be an artifact of great power of healing that could remove this affliction from our dear darling Bree before she dies as well. I should have put that a little more softer for her here in this room, but she is as fucked in life because she is going to die here soon. So
Very softly put, sir.
very softly put.
She's standing right there.
So you
She just
all
breaks out in tears.
yeah. Very jaded, 1,000-yard stare. I don't think she really has heard much of anything that's been said. So you all are going to go to this mission, and inside of it, you are going to find an artifact called the Hand of San Roque. It is said to be a scepter of forms with a golden hand at the end of it, with a bone of a saint set into the palm. And using this, it is said to be able to cure any ailment.
What's in it for us?
Shitloads of money. And
I like it.
a small stake in ownership of the silver mine that the Felkner estate owns. So not only will you get money beyond belief now, you will get a source of returning and reoccurring revenue.
What about some of the lands that surround it?
That I do not know. I only have ownership over the land of the mine, but you are going to get paid enough, or
How
you
much?
could sell off your share.
How much?
300 gold each.
We want half up front.
$300 each. You want half up front. That is a strong ask.
Do what my players always do to me. Every time there's an offer for a request, we want half up front. Every time.
Go ahead and give me a bargain test.
Oh,
what this
difficulty?
He's not too big on coming away with that money, so we're going to call it a hard bargain test.
It's a hard bargain.
That's the nickname for our Sunday night show, because we do a lot of hard bargain rolls.
Could it be a pilot test if you're trying to drive a hard bargain?
Shut up, Joe. That's great.
Nope.
Fortune point.
Nope.
Okay. I will not give you half up front, but I will tell you what, to cover supplies that you may need, I will give you each 10 gold up front.
Fantastic.
10 now, 290 then.
You drive
I say
hard
gold, these are
bargain.
dollars.
No.
10 gold or $10?
$10, my bad. I am getting my currency confused between the system that this game was written for and the system that we are running.
Now, I just want to make sure that I'm getting my fair share, as it were, with my professional talent from the henchmen. I get to include my fellowship bonus as an extra pay. So I got a fellowship of 4. So I would like $14.
Very well. You drive a hard bargain. Here is
Thank
$14 for you and 10 for everyone else.
I too could use an extra $4 to pay for
Provisions.
10-foot pole. Yeah, that's it. Because people who go looting for artifacts usually use a pole.
Do you have any ability like our dear friend Mike? I forgot your character's
Like
name.
Guile?
Uncle Danny.
Do you have any specific traits like Uncle Danny that would allow that?
Danny Tanner.
Uncle Danny. I can flip the results to succeed at Guile tests.
Sure, make a hard guile test.
All right. I think I will. Hard. Click the dang thing. There we go. And hey, there we go.
Very well. You will get another 4 of yours up front.
Why, thank you very much, Mr. Legrand XM.
I was
Yes.
completing my job, so I don't see any point in squabbling over some money before and after.
There
Let's
we
go.
go. I appreciate an individual that can take value in their work and confidence in their skill. With that, he's given you a description of the hand of Saint Roque. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Is it
I don't.
the left hand or the right hand?
Why don't you go ahead and roll me a percentile? And if it is 1 to 50, it is the left hand. And if it is 51 to 100, it is the right hand.
It's the right hand.
It is the right hand of Saint Roque, a holy artifact.
What's his left hand do?
Probably nothing, because he has been dead for a very long time.
All right. I want to find that too at some point.
I will not
This will work
stop
for
you.
now.
Yeah, this is for a job. We'll keep the left hand one for ourselves
Very well.
when we find it.
He would give you directions to where this mission is. Do you guys have any more questions? He's still, willing to answer questions.
Are we the first group you've sent to get it?
Yes, you are the first. We were going to see if there were more who might be willing to do it for less, but sadly, poor dear Bree has become afflicted, and time is of the essence.
Is this like a well-known spot that we might run into other people that are trying to get it as well, or is this pretty on the down low?
It is very well known, and everyone knows the stories of this hand existing there. But it is also rumored to be cursed and haunted by vile spirits, so it is avoided at all costs. It is said that an evil spirit that carries plague and famine with it dwells there.
Is that how he died? I'm going to ask.
No, I believe this is something he caught on his journeys abroad. Lifestyles of the rich and famous afford all sorts of opportunities for strange bed folks, and very rarely is there enough penicillin to handle all the cures.
Haha, travels abroad.
I still think it's 5G.
God damn it, Joe.
So shall
All
we
right.
off?
Let's go.
That's good.
Yep.
This introductory exposition, I am winging awfully hard because I didn't want to read that long paragraph. So please, away with you. Get the job done.
With the tip of my sombrero, I'll start walking off. Are we like nearby, or is it all on?
We're going to say it's a handful of hours.
It's next
horse.
door.
It is not next door.
It's adjacent.
Like
That
outside.
would be funny. Yeah. No, it's a couple
Right through
hours
this hallway.
ride. Yeah.
We're actually there right now.
You're right there. It's right next door. You just got to go
hand
knock.
it to me.
I got to hand it to you. You didn't think it would be so hard, did you?
I didn't think it would be so hard for a first mission. No, normally the first mission is near where you start.
Oh, no. This is a
I'll mark it
4-hour
on the
ride by
map.
horse. And you all do have horses.
Is it a 3-hour tour?
It is not a 3-hour tour, and this is not a boat. We've already covered the lack of water here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Joe was awfully disappointed by that.
My Buccaneers skills aren't going to come into play too
They're
much.
not. I'm sorry for the
Buckle up,
disappointment.
Buccaneer.
But hey, maybe we'll get something because this is a pilot episode.
Aha!
There you go.
I appreciate your drive for these jokes.
It all comes around. There's also, you're at the edge of, whatever town that this is based out of, the town of
Pilotsville.
What?
Pilotsville.
Pilotsville.
Yes, that old noble saint, Pilotsville.
Yeah. So yeah,
Town_1.
Is there any? I guess what I'm trying to. You guys all have 10 to 14 gold on you now for sure. Any supplies that you want to get?
Gold or
before
money
you-
or dollars?
dollars? I'm gonna fuck that up. Hold on.
Dollars, but are they the equivalent of gold? In
Yeah,
book
it's the
prices?
old gold dollar. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now we're gonna spend 2 hours doing shopping. On
2
stream.
hours of shopping. You're
Um,
fully outfitted, and the girl died 3 days ago.
Yeah. All right, let's go get that hand.
I wasn't expecting to have to do that. I just want like rope and whatever those climbing gear things are that you like,
Pittance.
stakes. Yeah,
Climbing
Yeah.
crampons are 2 silver
Yeah.
shillings.
we'll get some of those. Some rope.
Buy a compass.
There you go. Whatever you guys want to buy, just buy it from the book at book price.
Okay.
And then we can.
I'm just
be
gonna
on our way.
get bags of salt or sand.
I'm
Whatever's
just
cheaper.
going to spend the entire amount on reagents.
A jalapeno
That is a
pepper.
good idea.
Nothing but reagents because it's something I would rather not track for one shot. Is that cool?
I'm 100% cool with that.
Okay.
It's a lot of reagents. $14 worth.
Yeah.
He's only got 10, but yes, it's a lot of reagents. Also, we need to talk about a couple specialty rules that we're going to be running with tonight.
Yeah.
The first one is luck. I am a huge fan of the luck rule in DCC and MCC. So what we're going to be doing is every character, when you create it, has a favored primary attribute. That favored primary attribute is also your luck score. There are going to be times tonight when I call for a luck check. You'll roll a percentile. It's just going to be a flat, no difficulty, and you just got to roll under your score. If you roll under, you pass your luck check. If you roll over, you fail your luck check. And this is just going to be, whatever stupid things like, oh man, I want to throw this door open. Do I see, insert stupid item here? Luck check. Sure. Why the fuck not? Stuff like that. It'll come to it. And so if I call for a luck check, that's what you're going to do. Secondary thing we're going to do is I don't want to track ammo. Adam is devoting his dollars to reagents, so he doesn't have to track that. So we're going to do cinematic ammo as found in the Tiny Gunslingers book by Gallant Knight Games. And pretty much after every kind of big gunfight, if you shot some bullets, we're going to roll a luck check. If you pass your luck check, you still have enough ammo for your next item. If you fail, you've run out of ammo.
Oh no.
So
Can I use my money to like purchase
More ammo.
failures of that, basically?
Sure. If you want to spend $5, that will buy
Easy.
you essentially a fortune point for the cinematic ammo thing.
Okay.
So if you fail a cinematic ammo, you can, this $5 credit you've bought, you can use it to re-roll that.
All right.
If you run out of ammo during the adventure, another player can give you ammo, but then they need to make that ammo check. Sure, they gave you ammo, but they accidentally gave you the last of their bullets.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to do for
What
ammo
check is
tonight.
that going to be?
It's going to be a luck check. Your favorite
Okay.
primary attribute. Just a roll under check. So those are the two specialty rules. We got luck, cinematic ammo. You guys ready to travel?
Let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then let's do wilderness travel.
Ah!
Ah!
But
All right.
It's the word of the day.
It's the word of the day. It's always the word of the day.
Yeah.
So we all know how wilderness travel. We got a guide, we got a scout. We got a guide, survivalist, and a scout. Who's going to be our guide?
I have navigation.
You're going to be our guide. Who's going to be our survivalist?
I will.
All right. And then finally, our scout. Who amongst you is stealthy?
I've got a rank in stealth.
There you go.
I have none.
You're the scout. So let's call this, just for keeping things simple, we're going to call this a standard. So, Guide, would you please kick us off with the first roll?
Right, let's see here. That would be navigation.
Yep.
Submit.
Oh, critical
33
success.
critical
Woo!
success.
You
Look
move
at
along. Yeah,
Uncle
move
Danny.
along the stretch with
Change your name to Uncle Danny.
what is this? Party moves along stretch without getting lost. Guide identifies the best routes to take, reducing overall hardship. Only takes 1 day provisions. We're not counting provisions. Difficulty is decreased by 1 step.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very cool. All right, our survivalist. Would you please
So-
roll a standard?
Would it be routine now?
Yes, I am sorry. You are absolutely correct. It is a routine.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Mike.
Uncle Danny.
Uncle
Thanks,
Danny's
Uncle
got
Danny.
you.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so modifier is 0.
That is a
Yeah.
pass. All right, just a flat pass.
Yeah.
So yeah, you keep everyone healthy and well and secure during the travel. And finally is our scouts.
All right, let's
Routine
watch me muck
stealth.
this up. Routine stealth. Here we go. Oh, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, another critical success. Although you disappear from sight at times, and make sure that the party has a jump on any interlopers on their path. As above, the party gains surprise turn during wilderness encounter. So let's everyone make those routine toughness tests, and then we'll roll a d6 to see if we have an encounter. So
I
this
fail.
is simple enough. This is going to be 8 peril for anyone that fails.
8.
8.
I am unhindered.
Okay.
Crit success.
Ooh,
Nice.
crit success. I don't think crit success actually does anything on this.
Of course it doesn't.
I
Stop
know.
Uncle Danny from being in peril.
That is it, Joe. You're able
Sure.
to help Uncle Danny.
Snap out of it, Uncle Danny.
Uncle Danny.
Uncle Danny, no!
Yours, yeah, we're gonna count yours as a success. You can undo that peril.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Before you were a henchman,
No problem, Uncle Danny.
Did you work at a skinnery?
Well, I was a henchman first. Now I'm a dungeoneer.
So you were
Oh.
never a tanner?
No, I was
Danny
never
Tanner?
a tanner. No.
Okay.
That's good. I'll give that one to you. Bonus
No.
10 RP right there.
But
That
I
was a
do,
good one.
I do plan on, eventually getting married, having several kids, hopefully having a full house.
Oh.
Nice.
I don't know if that joke would be too far. I immediately had a thing I wanted to say, but like, God, that could come across as really mean, which I think obligates me to say it at this point. You'd say, I want to, have a couple kids, have a full house, and I was going to chime in, and I hope your wife dies.
Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
But maybe that was too far.
Harsh.
For anyone just tuning in, that was a full house joke, and not me wishing ill upon
Not an
Anyone's
inside
actual
joke.
spouse.
yeah. Yeah. That look of concern on your face, Adam.
What the fuck?
This
Wow.
is why people come here.
This is why they tune in.
Yep.
All right.
That's why they'll tune
Finally.
right back out again.
Finally, I've got my green die. It's my favorite die. Let's see. I'm going to first roll.
Quick question. Can I sell the stuff I don't need in my pack for book price?
Sure, go for it. Mike, would you please make a luck check for me?
Sure. All right. I think the henchman and the dungeoneer are very well split, so I'm just going to use combat because it's the top one.
Okay. Well, what was when you did your character creation, you would have rolled your favored primary attribute.
Yeah, that's what you would
Oh.
normally get. Focuses for half price. That one.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's whatever your upbringing was. The reverend
upbringing.
or
I didn't actually roll that.
opportunist.
Mike the
It's
Luck
really-
Leckler.
We're just gonna make a test. How about that?
There you go. Is it rolling?
Bum. I
Oh.
fail.
I get to roll the check. Damn, it's a 4. My green dice rolls really fucking hot. So usually, if I want to make sure I get an encounter, I roll the green one. Okay, no encounter along the way. What does Adam do? What do you got?
Like these
This
that
is my
that are in a nice little tin given to me
no.
by my bestie.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
look. We match. That's
Twinsies.
Yeah.
twinsies.
Yeah.
No, this is my dice from I got from the convention that Jake and I went to that I was trying to get you to go to, but you had to work. And Dan ran Night of Blood for us.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah. All right. Enough reminiscing. We finished up with our wilderness encounter. Let me get the book so I can read some words. I've read words once. A waning gibbous moon peeks through the indecisive clouds as you arrive at the outskirts of the old mission. You become nervous that restless spirits have anticipated your arrival as an unexpected fog now obscures the mission, almost as if she's trying to hide her secrets. Through the fog, you can just barely discern the outline of the entire area. A low, crumbling wall surrounds a graveyard, a decrepit building, and the old church itself in its adjoining bell tower. As you slowly scan the area, a feeling of dread settles over you, as if reacting to your disquiet. The black... Oh, no, we can skip that one. I cut that part out. Okay. So while the mission has only been abandoned for 30 years, given its level of dilapidation, it appears more akin to 5 centuries old. The adobe perimeter, walls that surround the church are crumbling, and in some of the areas are riddled with bullet holes. The church walls are nearly concealed by tall grass and ivy crawling up the bricks like wispy fingers attempting to pull the structure back into the earth. There's some small barred openings built into the church walls designed to provide light and ventilation, and even some stained glass windows, which have miraculously stayed intact. The church's main entrance is boarded up and chained closed. The ever-present fog continues to crawl along the ground, but some unseen force prevents the mist from ever touching the church walls, as if the building itself repels it. So you come across this old mission. Thick fog hangs in the air. Tall grass surrounds it. Vines crawl up the side. You can see the old church and the bell tower attached to it. From the direction you're facing it to the right of it's the old graveyard with crumbling kind of barrier wall around it. You can kind of see kind of off to the side, there's another small building kind of back behind the church a little bit. And the front doors of this church have been boarded shut. So, what's the plan?
Front doors boarded shut.
Yeah.
From the outside?
From the outside.
From the outside.
Are there windows
okay.
on the front of the church?
There's some small windows here and there, but they do have bars over them. It includes the stained glass windows in the description. The ones you can see on the front of the church are rather high, maybe like 20 feet up or so. So you could get through a stained glass window. You're just going to have to climb up. If you're looking for additional entrances beyond those, you might have to check out other approaches, other angles of this building to see if there's other ways to get in.
Does anyone have a crowbar?
I do. I bought one.
There you go. Everything needs to convert over to the Heart's method of inventory tracking.
I know. I love how Hart does it. I love how Hart does like all inventory stuff.
Just
all
take
resources.
some stress. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could switch out. You guys don't have inventory. You just have peril.
But I've already bought it.
I'm joking.
Right. I already spent my money.
No, I'm joking. Anyway. So yeah, Joe, you do have a crowbar, yes?
Yep.
Let's pry open those boards on the door.
Yeah.
With that crowbar.
Sure.
As you, let's see. That's over on this page. The once magnificent double doors entering the church have been sealed with several sturdy planks driven into the walls with iron nails. A large red X has been painted over the weathered planks. Over the X is an elaborate wreath constructed of sagebrush, interwoven with a fine silver thread affixed to the door with twine. Tucked into the wreath are a handful of silver coins.
Um,
Yoink. I'll take those silver coins.
I'll take the wreath.
Okay. You guys now have a sagebrush wreath with some fine silver thread kind of fastening it all together. And 5 silver coins. We'll call them silver dollar, not silver dollar. We'll call them 50-cent pieces.
I'm going to think back on this to if there's any meaning behind the sagebrush wreath, like if there's any cultural meaning behind it.
You would know that sagebrush is rumored to, or the cultural significance, wives' tales would point to used to repel evil, keep evil spirits away. And same thing with silver. Silver's thought to keep evil away.
Werewolves.
well, we definitely want
vampires,
to keep that
etc.
with us, right?
That's why it's hanging
Oh, yeah.
around my neck.
There you
Yeah.
go. Adam, did you ask something else on that?
You think there's somebody in there holed up? Like they was trying to protect themselves.
I want to put my ear to the door before I start crowbarring at it and see if I hear anything on the other side.
Sure. Give me an eavesdrop.
Eavesdrop.
Awareness. I'm sorry. Make that an awareness. We're gonna call it. Things are kind of spooky. You're on edge. Let's call it a challenging awareness test.
Oh, okay. Cancel that then.
So I need to remember your guys' character names.
Douglas Beigebeard,
Beigebeard.
Yeah. So is anyone
the Buccaneer.
gonna give a response to Bushroot there?
No. I'm gonna ready my rifle, hunker down, and have it trained on the door.
Okay.
16 pass.
You put your ear to the door. You give it a solid listen, but you don't hear anything inside.
Awesome. Well, guess it's time to get inside. And I'll start crowbarring at the boards.
No, wait just a moment there, partner. As I'm realizing what setting we're in now. Hold on there a second, partner. And I reach out towards the door handle.
All right.
There is a door handle, 2 handles in the center of this large double door. And you give the door handle a little jiggle, and it is locked.
All right, well, ain't nothing in this world that ain't worth trying, right?
I mean, I can try picking it.
Well, it's still boarded too.
There's
Oh,
boards.
I mean, take the boards off, and then I'll take a look at the lock.
Right. I was doing that.
Yeah. So
All right.
Let him finish.
Start pulling the boards off.
Okay. You spend a few minutes working at it, and you're able to pry these boards down. No trouble to it. Just a little elbow grease, easy enough.
I bought some of that too.
Let's see there. Uncle Danny, if you want to go and give me a, what is that? A
skullduggery.
skullduggery test.
Skullduggery.
Yep.
I'll take my time. We're not in a rush, right?
Standard
Yeah.
test.
So that'll make it plus 10, right?
Yeah.
You said it was
You could
started
be
with
working
was
on
it
that
standard
while I'm
difficulty,
pulling
right?
the boards off.
What's that?
You said it was a standard difficulty,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Situation 10. All right, so I succeed.
Cool. You spend your minutes slowly working the tumblers in this lock, and you're eventually awarded with the click as you turn it over, and the doors The handles move, and you can now open the doors. They open out towards you.
I'm gonna eat some red cat mushrooms.
Okay. Eat your red cat mushrooms.
You think we're going to find trouble in there?
Possibly.
Yep. I still got my rifle trained at the door.
Now, while you are all standing here, those of you who aren't working at prying the door or the boards and picking the lock, you kind of maybe keep an eye out. And you can see maybe 20 feet from you. And you kind of notice it right as the door opens. There's a smaller, just single door at the base of this bell tower. And it actually does not appear to have any kind of door on it. But you notice this. Let's say, Jake, you would notice this as Uncle Danny pulls open the main doors to the church.
Bell tower's looking awfully spooky, wouldn't you say, guys?
Let's burn it down.
Always a good option.
I'll hit it with a sack of silver coins.
You're going to throw a sack of silver coins at a bell tower.
I'm not going to throw
I picked them up.
Bushroot bends over and just picks up a nice little stone and tosses it in hand and keeps it.
Good. That's the most lethal weapon.
It is a lethal weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys have the main door open, and you do notice a side door at the bottom of the bell tower. There's actually no door entering the bell tower. Are you guys ready to enter the main, I guess, doors through this church, or is there anything else you want to check out before you go in?
No. Swing them doors open. I'm ready to shoot.
As a professional dungeoneer, you usually want to go and explore everything besides the way you actually need to go first, right?
Yeah.
You think that's the right idea?
Do that while we check
That's true.
This out.
I'm a dungeoneer, and I can confirm that is, in fact, the truth.
Wait, so we've got
2 dungeoneers?
Got 2 dungeoneers, yeah.
Well, you've got 1 dungeoneer and a liar.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I can handle that. So yeah, you swing the doors over. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You're going to the church? Yeah.
I'll open it up. Yep.
You swing it open. Floating within the entry of this old church is a haze of fine dust, which has gone decades undisturbed. It coalesces into eerie patterns colored by the moonlight streaming through the stained glass windows in the church beyond. On the walls are 3 large tapestries, which appear to be as old as the church itself. While obscured by a thin layer of grime, the scenes depicted on the tapestry are still colorful and vibrant. And let me, before I go into the descriptions, in Roll20, I'm sharing with you the tapestries. The first tapestry depicts a bearded man wearing a large brown cloak with knee-high leather boots. The man is parting his cloak, exposing his leg stricken with a large and festering wound. At the man's feet, a dog holds a loaf of bread in its mouth. At the base of the tapestry is a small wooden plank bearing the painted message, San Roque, R-O-Q-U-E. The next tapestry in the series, same man from the first tapestry, facing off with another creature, looks, you would take a guess, a half man, half rat monstrosity.
Take offense to that.
The man is holding up his left hand in a defiant challenge. The man's hand glows with power, and the rat man creature recoils from it. In the background, a pack of dogs engages in battle with a swarm of rats. At the bottom of the tapestry is a label embroidered in Spanish. I'm not going to try and say that in Spanish. I will just butcher the language. But you're all going to be familiar enough with Spanish that you're either fluent in it or you can work your way through to kind of suss out what it means. San Roque repels the fouling. The third tapestry. A different man is depicted in the third tapestry. This bald, bearded man wears a Franciscan priest's robe and has covered his eyes with a red cloth. Of course, the picture's black and white, but that's a red cloth. He holds what appears to be a rod with a hand affixed to it, a right hand affixed to it.
Yes, is it left or right hand?
Mm-hmm. On the end, which emits a golden light, a large crowd of workers kneel before the bearded man and his holy artifact. The message on the bottom of it, Father Augusta cures the plague with the divine hand of San Roque. So those are the three tapestries that you see immediately entering in this kind of entryway into the church.
I'm going to draw my pistol.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up to the tapestries one by one, and I'm going to move them aside. Is there anything behind any of the tapestries?
You move the tapestries. There is nothing behind them.
All right.
Just the wall that they hang on. Moving past this entry, you're in a separate room, but there's a way through a large door. I don't know if a door would be a doorway in the opposite wall of what you entered, which appears to go into like the main temple of the church.
Hey, Mr. Dungeoneer.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we should be keeping our eye out for, since you know what all we need to be looking for?
I'm not a holy man. This is a church, but
well,
I'll keep an eye out for things. Okay. I guess we're not supposed to loot the whole place. That'd be uncouth.
All right. Well, just.
But I'll keep an eye out for things.
Well,
I'll look for. You want me to look for traps?
Well,
I'll look for
everywhere
traps.
you look.
Everywhere I look. All right.
Okay. So what's going on? You all are going to inspect this room?
Sure. Looking for some place to continue moving through.
Yes.
Let's see if there are any dogs with bread around. Because of the dog with bread on the tapestry.
So all these tapestries, how low to the ground are they?
They're maybe 3 feet from where it starts. They're actually kind of tall. Each tapestry is maybe like 9 feet.
Okay. I want to go around each one. Are they secured at the bottom? So
no, they weren't. And your buddy there, Threk, he's already kind of moved the tapestries aside to see if there was anything behind them.
Okay, I missed that. My bad.
That's fine.
Yeah, I want to search just for any exits or anything.
Okay, just
go like way to move for doorways or something.
Yeah, go ahead, give me just an awareness test or investigate. Would that be it? Does this have investigate? Sure. I always get my game systems confused with what skills they have.
There's an awareness.
Yeah, just go ahead, give me an awareness test.
Awareness, scrutinize maybe.
Yeah, scrutinize. I like that more. Give me a scrutinize test as you search this room. What were the rest of you doing?
I'm going to look for secret signs since I have that talent.
Okay. Go ahead. We're going to call every checks in this room. There's no immediate threat of danger, but you're all on edge. So we're going to call these tests challenging.
Pass. 35.
Okay. So give me again, Joe. What exactly were you looking for?
I'm looking to see if there's any like trapdoors, doorways, any sort of opening or room that I could try and find.
This entry itself, you do not hear anything. You do kind of give the wall behind the tapestries a knock, and it does kind of sound solid, but then you start thinking about the layout of that bell tower, and you're going to guess that the bell tower is actually on the other side of this wall. But there's no door, at least on this portion, the wall to get into the bell tower from within inside.
Okay. So
A lot of attention on this bell tower.
I
Perhaps we should check out the bell tower.
You don't have to.
I'm just
Hey.
kidding.
So,
Yeah.
ain't we supposed to check out everything else first?
Yeah. Let's search this place. Let's.
Okay.
Yeah,
Turn it
let's
up.
do it.
How did your secret sign search work
I
there?
failed miserably. I rolled a 92.
Honestly, you're not even sure if those are words on the bottom of those tapestries.
Yeah. And I have no idea. I can't read.
So you all move further into the church. It kind of opens up into a large area. There's the simple, the main worship. You could tell where this is where the pews would have been set up facing towards the altar of the church. There's a small alcove on the left and on the right. Looking at the alcove on the left, you can actually see there's a sarcophagus there. And at the alcove on the right, there's a font, like the pedestal with the bowl on it that they would use for baptisms. And at the front of the church, there's stained glass windows on the back of the church. On the stage, I guess, there's a tabernacle, the large box that the preacher, holy man, whatever they're called in this particular religion, what they would be set up as they give their sermons. The tabernacle's real intricately carved with religious symbology on it. And
As
that's
I enter
kind of
the room, I'm gonna tip my hat and do a circle. And
do a circle like you're dancing.
no, just like
Like a holy sign.
Instead of the holy.
Oh,
sign,
okay,
just like a
okay,
circle.
yeah, okay,
Like crossing himself.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the rest of you up to?
I'm going to take a look at this religious iconography to try and figure out, like, if there's if this is like a weird change of the standard deities or not, or
yeah.
if this is a new one.
I want you to go ahead and give me a folklore test.
Okay, difficulty on that?
We're still going to keep it at challenging.
Challenging. Okay.
Challenging.
No.
Okay. You do. It's definitely a lot of Catholic undertones, the standard Catholic iconography, but you're not able to to suss out if it deviates much from the standard teachings. Maybe you're just not recalling it currently.
I want to check to see if it looks like it's been looted. Like, is the giant box that the Eucharists are kept in still behind the altar and all that stuff?
Yeah, you can go up and inspect it. Seeing as you're just looking, I'm not going to make you necessarily roll a test here, at least not the initial. It does not look like the tithings box is still sitting behind the tabernacle. There's some drawers here and there that are locked. But yeah, nothing seems to be kind of smashed up. Nothing seems to be broken in. You can grab the tithings box and you give it a little shake and you can hear there's something rattling around in there.
Like the sound of a hand?
Open it up and see what's in there.
There's a small padlock on the front of the tithings box.
Uncle Danny.
Yes?
We need your dungeoneering skills.
Okay. I'll pick it if you want, but I don't want anything. I don't want to. This place has already been known to be cursed.
Weren't we paid enough?
I'll open it for you.
And I'll just shoot it if you don't.
I got it. No need to waste a bullet.
All right.
So yeah, if you're going to try and pick that,
oh yeah,
give me that skullduggery.
Difficulty.
We're still going with challenging for now.
Challenging.
Just
weren't we paid enough? Do we really need to be robbing from?
Oh, not necessarily robbing. Just want to see what's inside of it.
100 critical failure.
Give me a luck check.
Okay. I succeed.
You succeed. So You stress yourself out, you're going to take 5 peril.
I am unhindered.
Okay.
Uncle Danny, it's okay. It's okay.
So there's still in this room you're all investigating. Like I said, there's the sarcophagus in the right alcove, the font in the left alcove. There's the stage with the tabernacle, this big kind of golden carved inlaid almost box. I don't know what the best way, large, 6 foot long, 4 foot deep, maybe 3.5, 4 feet tall. What the preacher father would stand behind while giving sermons. There is also on the stage a door off to the side of it that you would every church has that door off the side of the stage. That's where probably the priest father's office would be at.
Now, we came here to get a hand off of the
PA
corpse,
for the
right?
microphone system.
Yeah, PA for the mic system.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that sarcophagus.
Okay.
Does it have
I
any
also want to
writing on it?
attempt to pick the lock as well with my crowbar.
Okay. Go ahead and just give me a standard attack, Joe. Just a standard, simple melee attack.
See if you stub yourself on the toe with your crowbar.
Oh.
I want to pull out my key, Chuck, which is just a cooking pan that I have.
Yeah, you smash that lock off. Inside's $12 and 3 silver coins.
As
50-cent
soon
pieces.
as the crowbar touched the fucking lock, it just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to rob from a church, just wanted to see if there was anything, that would be helpful. I'm gonna leave it. Don't need
Money's
no
pretty helpful.
bad voodoo.
Yeah. So, those of you checking out the sarcophagus, discreetly tucked into the alcove, into an alcove, this is the one on the right from when you enter the room, is an ornately carved stone sarcophagi. Exquisitely chiseled upon the stone lid is the likeness of a bearded man, his eyes covered and his arms crossed. In his right hand, he holds a cross. In his left, he holds a rod with a lifelike hand affixed to one end. Carved onto the side of the sarcophagus is the Spanish inscription, whatever the fuck FR stands for, Vinacio Augusta.
That's father, is it?
Oh, father. Okay. Yeah. Apostle of California, founder of Mission San Roque, 1739 to 1804. So yeah, that's what you see carved into the stone sarcophagus. And you do see carved into it is the scepter with a right hand on the end of it. Its hand held open, and in the palm of the hand is a gem or something like that. Same thing that you would have seen in the tapestry, and it matches the description that the lawyer gave you from before.
I'm gonna walk over to it and crowbar in hand.
I'm
the rest of the party.
I'm gonna go to the other end of the room, get behind a pew, and have my rifle drawn and trained on the sarcophagus.
Okay. Joe, give me an athletics test.
All right.
If you're doing it, give me an athletics test.
Unless
We're gonna
anyone's
call
stopping
this.
me.
It's a very large and heavy thing, so hard.
Hard.
Hard Bart.
Anyone want to assist me?
Someone help him.
Yeah, Uncle Danny will help you. I mean, he's used to helping people out, so yeah, I'll give you. I got that athletics trained.
I'm
gonna
unable
jog
to assist
backwards
people.
and hide behind the altar.
Does that reduce the difficulty at all?
It
Or just adds the assist die.
Uncle Danny will roll the assist die. You still make your check.
You said it's
Adam,
hard.
yeah. What is Bushroot doing during all this?
Bushroot's just kind of standing there watching, like trying to like push a little bit on the sarcophagus lid, but it seems like they're getting in the way more than doing anything really.
That's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
All right.
So a 10 would be a 0, right? So 0-9, I think is what his roll is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the assist.
Yeah, the two of you slowly shift the stone lid off of this. Inside, the sarcophagus lid slides off. You can see inside is skeleton, right? inside it, there's a skeleton. And this is it definitely takes you aback. It's very surprising, but it's a skeleton of a large two-headed hound.
Oh,
And the skeleton of a gnarled short person. It's kind of hard to tell, but a gnarled short person in white linen robes. The man's skull is wrapped with a red bandana. In one hand, he holds 2 scroll tubes, and in the other hand, he clutches the rod.
So this sarcophagus, right? Was it like laying down flat and we pulled?
It was slightly elevated off the ground. So probably what
Slightly
would have
elevated.
happened as you slid it off. Did you want to slide the lid clear off?
No.
No, I want to
Never.
leave it
Just-
partially on. I basically want to like take it and rotate it
Okay.
so
Yeah,
that it's like
Yeah.
over
you do
his
so.
head.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see a kind of gnarled. You're going to guess probably old age, just given the wear on these bones.
Mhm.
He's got white linen robes, 2 scroll tubes, kind of tucked under one arm, and in the other ones, he's holding the scepter, the brass rod with a golden hand attached to it.
As Busher's pushing on the end that's coming towards them.
And then the thing that catches you off guard is a large skeleton of a 2-headed dog.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
like that.
Well, we saw the dogs in the previous tapestry, right?
Yeah.
So we know they had dogs.
Yeah, none with 2 heads that I know of.
Yeah, I don't remember that. That didn't strike me from the tapestry.
Oh, which is to say, I have heard of 2-headed dogs before in mythic lore, but nothing related to anything like this.
Threk at the other side of the room is like, "What's in there, fellas? What do you see?"
Is there any way I can look at it to see like if the 2-headed dog looks like an actual skeleton or if it looks like someone made the skeleton look like it was 2 heads?
Like
You know
a
what I mean?
Fiji
Yes.
mermaid.
You're going to need to give me a
Right.
Good call. We wouldn't want to get ahead of ourselves.
heel test. Challenging heel test.
Challenging heel test.
Are you trained in heel?
I'm not.
So this is going to be
Still
flip to
wanna
fail.
try.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, as I'm doing this, I'm gonna mention that. Like, anyone know if this thing's real?
So yeah, he's investigating it. Any of the rest of you are welcome to as well.
Fail.
Okay. You, as far as you know, it's 100% real or false.
So what would I? I have no idea what I would have to. Maybe there's nothing I could think of that I would use for a test on this in lieu of that. And my
No, if you're
heel's
wanting to,
no.
I'll tell you what. I really think heel's going to be where it's at.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Zweihander's like heals everything medical related.
Pretty much.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jake, are you going to try and investigate this 2-headed dog skeleton?
It could heal or scrutinize if I'm looking for something specifically like metal or whatever, altering it.
Okay.
You know what? I'll go ahead and I'll try it just because I'm a charlatan.
Sure.
I have to.
Yeah. Bring this mystery to heel.
Absolutely. There we go. No.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, you have no idea, but
Why'd you do that at a -20?
Or somebody did it. Or
I think
what was I looking at? Oh.
Is this a -20 or -10?
I have no idea anymore. Either
way, it still wouldn't have made it. So.
You investigate. You have no fucking clue if it's a
Okay,
legitimate skeleton or if it's been modified to look scarier than what it should be.
Okay. So you said he had a scepter thing?
Yeah. It
Doesn't
looks like
look
he
like
has
the one-
the scepter thing.
Looks like he has the scepter thing. I want to take one of the climbing pittons that I have
Yeah.
and drive it through the skull of the dog to the bottom of the coffin.
Before you do that, I'm gonna hold out my hand like, eh. And I'm gonna open up the sack of 50-cent pieces, and I'm gonna put 2 of them on one eye of each dog head. One eye of each dog head will have a 50-cent piece over it, and then for the gnarled old man, 2 50-cent pieces over his eyes.
So you cover their eyes with coins. Do you say anything with this? It seems like a very kind of religious.
In the name of the Father and of the Son and into the hole he goes.
And the Holy Spirit. Drive a piton through its.
You drive a piton through this thing's skull, and there's no reaction from it because it is a skull.
Cool.
I'm going to take the bandana off because he was wearing a bandana, so that way he can get into the eye sockets.
Oh,
I'll keep
wear
the
it.
bandana.
Wear it,
Yeah,
Uncle Danny.
You keep the bandana, silver coins over the eyes of everything. A small crude prayer is offered. A piton, a spike is driven through the skull of one of the dogs.
Yep. And I'm gonna grab the scepter. Actually, I'm not gonna touch it with my hand though. I'm gonna get like a piece of cloth or something from the bag.
Yeah, I've got some tattered rags.
Yeah, perfect. I'll wrap it in that and
A regular bandana.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Bandana.
Bandana.
You know what? I'm thinking, besides the kids and the full house, I might open up a barbecue place and call it Bandanas.
Okay.
Hey, no. All seriousness, though. You thinking, well, just take this and run? Or,
It seems like the easiest job I've ever been on.
well,
I don't
I'm
trust
awful.
it. That's why I'm wrapping it.
I'm
So
awful
I think-
suspicious of the auspiciousness of this. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
I
if
don't know
we're
what
all
either of
gonna
those words
be-
mean, but I'm gonna grab it.
Yes.
But there was that tower.
Douglas Bagebeard grabbed it.
Douglas Bagebeard has
I-
it in his hand.
I'm wrapping it, holding it with the thing, tucking it into my pack.
He's walking around the church going, "Look at
so-
me! I'm the bearded man, the tapestry."
We're running for it, right?
Did you want to give it a look over? Or are you just tucking it right in your bag?
What hand is it?
Oh, I thought we looked over it. Yeah, is it? I thought
I
we
gave
could-
you a description of it.
Right. I mean,
like to-
I guess I'll look over it before I grab it.
Adam, what were you gonna say?
I'd like to cast hair
I
speed on
thought you
myself.
explained it. Sorry.
Adam, go ahead and roll your incantation test for hair speed.
What
Joe,
hand is it?
give me a scrutinize.
Sure.
What's the difficulty on that?
Let's go standard. You guys are kind of acclimating to the room.
Okay.
Channel power.
Eh. Oh, whoa.
Oh, woof.
Oh,
Oh boy, we get a critical failure on the spell. What's that do?
critical fail on a
Um,
spell.
Oh no.
Hey, Oak.
Oh, what's going on, buddy?
Scrutinize it as I'm getting ready to bandage it up and put it in my bag.
So you
Okay.
okay.
How do I display it? I know there's a way to display it on Roll20.
Uh,
You have to program it into one of the fields. If you have
yeah, you
it
have to fill it all
Oh.
out.
on the talents and trappings page, if you put underneath your
Okay.
talents, you can click the show button
Right.
and it'll display.
No, I should have just hit cast rather than incantation, but I accidentally bound upwards into the air, a number of feet equal to 1d10 plus willpower bonus. I immediately suffer a fall and am knocked prone. In addition, I manifest a puff of fur on my bottom. My ears grow fuzzy and have a yearning for carrots for the next 24 hours.
That's nice. Go ahead and roll me that jump distance.
All right.
It's Wabbit season.
You're really bugsing out.
Yeah. I need to remember what my willpower bonus is. And that is 7. So 1d10 plus 7 and rolling 11 points
You
of
leap
damage.
11 feet into the air. You land
Oh.
on your ass.
Right.
You take 3 points of damage from the fall. And you're prone. Along with having hairy ears, a desire for carrots.
Right.
And-
So that would be 14, right? Because it's D10 plus the amount of yards you fell.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. 14.
14 damage? Are you slain?
No. No. No, I'm not
Slams
slain.
head
It's
first
not
into the
good,
ground.
but yeah.
So, Joe, as you were looking this thing over, you saw the rod. You saw the golden hand affixed to the end of it.
Is it the left or the right hand?
It's the right hand. It does have some
Oh, hey.
rather nice filigree carved into the hand, kind of making it pretty. And you see the empty socket setting in the palm of the hand.
Well, I'm moderately
Oh.
wounded. So do you want to roll
Empty.
do you want to roll the D6 or you want me to roll it?
I want you to roll it, please.
Okay, I'm not.
Chuck needs misfortune, so you can just flip that into an injury.
Is it 2? Okay, no injury. Lucky you.
Yeah. Well, so magic doesn't cause injuries, but since it was a fall,
Right.
it
Yes.
would be. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Seeing you do that, I'm gonna go over and offer you laudanum and a red cat mushroom.
Sorry, just to inject here, Jeff from the Lollygaggers just gave some money to flip it to a misfortune. He wants you to give Adam an injury.
Oh,
Oh no!
I can do that. I am happy to do that. Thank you, Jeff. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
So, interesting thing about injuries from fall damage,
Yeah.
it just means I can't move now. I'm paralyzed.
Oh,
Oh God! You really did land on his head.
I'm also okay. So I'm gonna give you some laudanum, a red cat mushroom, and a tincture.
Tip of the hat, Jeff. Tip of the hat.
yeah, that's fantastic,
So-
Jeff. Thank you.
You were able to ignore the effects of your injuries for.
So what? I got like
temporary-
3 corruption now.
Yeah,
Like 3 corruption from
but raise your damage threshold up 1, temporary
Okay.
modifier up 1,
Yeah.
that.
This is fun.
That's
and
fantastic.
then go up 1 step of damage too.
This is fun.
Are we doing the back and forth? So now Chuck spent it. Does it go back to fortune, or is it just gone? How do you want to do this?
I think it's just gone.
I always do it purchased fortune or misfortune after it is used just fades into the ether.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Just remember.
So
All right.
it looks like that gem's missing, huh?
Yeah, so I think we've got either the Ron 1 or the first half of what we need.
I mean,
Take it. Let's take it.
Yeah, I'm
we
taking it
need-
and bandaging it up and putting it in my pack.
another thing you would have noticed there,
Douglas Beige.
Douglas, is
Declan's beige
there
beard.
appears to be a bit of like a wax or something like that in the back of the socket where whatever this gem would have been. And you know that sometimes they use wax to kind of hold gems in place along with
So it looks like it used to be set in here and someone's removed it.
yeah.
To say, did you catch the train of that locomotive?
It's all right.
all right. You said there were 2 scrolls that he had with him as well, right?
Absolutely.
I want to take a look at those.
They are spell scrolls.
I'm gonna shout out, shut the lid as soon as you guys grab that stuff from in there.
I want to
Yeah.
check the bottom of the coffin too to see if it just popped out inside. And
Scrutinize.
all right, so that'd be funny. If that's what happened, and then we left.
So there, Joe, you roll scrutinize.
goddamn.
Call it a standard. Did
Yep.
you fail? Fail.
Yeah, 4 out of 42.
Success.
Okay.
Good
Yeah, you don't
job.
find anything. You're very confident.
Darn.
Dirt.
Well, where do you guys suppose this gem's at?
We should look in that bell tower or in the back room.
Now,
Yeah, I want to go check out the back room first since we're in here.
okay. And then, Mike, were you doing any dungeoneering stuff during all this, or?
I mean, I was going to look at these, grab the scrolls, take a look at that, and
Okay.
I tried the secret signs and failed at that. So
you look at these scrolls and they're spell scrolls. There's a spell scroll of lay on hands and a spell scroll of soothe corruption. And so if you wanted to, you could make an incantation test to try and cast the spell once, and then the scroll is destroyed. Or if someone wanted to do some time studying the scroll and they had the appropriate skills, they could try and learn it.
Great, I'll hold on to them and put them in my backpack.
Okay. So what's going on?
All right, I'm gonna draw my pistol. I'm gonna go to that door at the back of the room while they're mucking around in that sarcophagus.
The door is not locked. You're able to throw the door open. You peer inside. It's a small office. Fine layered dust covers everything inside. There's a simple desk, several closed drawers, surrounded by two roughly carved wooden chairs. On the one wall, there's a tapestry displaying an image of a sunny landscape and two men in the foreground. One is a bald priest with brown robes. The other is looks to be some political, like a mayor. This is a bad description. But yeah, so yeah, you see two dudes standing there. One's a priest and the other one's looks to be someone of political significance to the nearby town.
Again, I'm gonna pull the tapestry aside, see if there's anything behind it.
There's nothing behind it. On the wall next to the tapestry, though, there's a shallow cabinet with a padlock on it. On the opposite wall sits a garish stone gargoyle. You couldn't see it when you first entered the room. You were drawn to the tapestry. But when you kind of turn around, you see this giant stone gargoyle carved without eyes. The creature's got its hands, palms up, talons grasping, closed around two blood red candles. And you can see wax is kind of dripped down between the claws of this gargoyle. The candles looks like haven't been lit in ages. They're covered in dust.
All right.
Each one's partially
I'm
burned.
gonna close the door and say, Uncle Danny, we need your lockpicking skills. Douglas Beigebeard, we need your crowbar.
All right.
All right. Well, we want to put this lid back on the coffin.
You want me in this padlock, right?
I can help out with
No, I want you to smash that gargoyle.
Oh, all right.
Wait. What? We're smashing the gargoyle?
Smash it.
Wait,
Yeah.
no. This is a gargoyle.
Right.
This is an abomination.
It doesn't belong in a church. This is out of place.
As I point to the hands, this is a gargoyle.
Right.
The hand is a gargoyle?
Didn't
is this
they
a pun, or can I go to smashing?
didn't
Smash.
they have
Smash,
didn't they have
smashy.
gargoyles, lining them churches and all that in
Yeah, I
Europe?
always hated them. Always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that
Since he was a lad.
I don't think this is the right course of action here.
Well, I mean, if the gargoyle was on the top of the church, I'd have no problem. But in it?
I moved in it. It's got red on its hands. I don't like it.
Holding two
It's
blood red
got red on
candles.
its
Hang
hands.
Blood
on,
red.
hang on,
Smash
just
it.
a minute.
Doesn't
Wait.
have eyes.
Wait. I'm gonna try and figure out what this red substance is.
Taste.
Candle.
Give me an investigate.
Alchemy?
Alchemy, yes. I'm sorry.
Because there's no investigate.
I'm sorry. You guys should build investigate into your game. That's what you should do. That way I can be right, but I just call things out. It's all Joe's fault. He made me play 5th edition the other night.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty on that?
It's standard.
Okay.
It's all Joe's fault.
Yep.
I'm working off another system right now.
When in
Shameful.
doubt, scrutinize or awareness.
No. You know what? I think I want to use a fortune point to reroll that.
Fortune point.
Using a fortune point.
I
Mhm.
now have a misfortune all of my own.
Yeah.
Reroll.
Nope, not gonna happen.
Okay. You have no idea. It's a candle. You're gonna guess it's candle wax.
Smash it, Dougie.
I will give
candle
you
wax.
while you were kind of up investigating, trying to figure it out. You do see that there are the wax dripping through this thing's fingers and hands. There's layers to it. It looks like maybe at some point there was white candle burning in its hand as well, because there's some white wax kind of mixed in there through layers.
There's several of these candles here that were being burnt. I mean, this is just a fancy, candle holder. That's all it is. I mean,
and there's no harm in smashing it, right? Bush root.
I mean,
bush bottom.
They was usually. Well, I mean, root is the bottom of the plant, so I'll take that. But what I'm saying is that a lot of these churches saw these gargoyles as protectors, like an angel of the night.
Pretty fucking ugly angel.
Well, I mean, beauty is all relative and all, ain't it?
Well, I mean, if I was going to scare a demon, I'd want to be very ugly.
Well, I think I've done said my piece now.
Before Uncle Danny goes and opens that there padlock,
I'm gonna sit down now.
Should smash this statue.
How about this? I'm just gonna grab onto it and try and rotate it into the corner, facing away from us.
Give me an athletics test. Give me, this thing's big and heavy. Give me a hard athletics test.
I'd help if I could.
I will help.
I'm a ne'er-do-well, so I cannot assist anybody on any skill test, so.
Nice.
Sorry. I'll just stand there and tell you how you're doing it wrong. No, twist it that way. No, more that way.
And while they're figuring this all out, I'm going to be taking my time trying to pick this lock.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your skullduggery.
Oh.
29.
29. You grunt
by
and
1
labor
point.
through it, and eventually you get this thing rotated so it's facing the wall.
Awesome.
And I succeeded my skullduggery test to pick the lock.
Succeed. You get this lock open. Inside is a painting of a robed man holding a staff, fending off a half-man, half-rat creature, while mundane rats scurry in the background. It is titled in Spanish, and it is titled as Sanroque defeats the legions of the foul. So just a small painting inside this cabinet that was locked.
So it's like a small painting of the tapestry we saw out there.
It's slightly, no, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Is he holding the staff in the painting? What's he wielding against these rats?
Well, no, this is Sanroque. He's got his hand held in the air, his right hand, and his right hand is glowing.
So it's like the middle panel. Okay.
It's like the middle panel.
I'll put it in my backpack. Sure, why not? We'll hold on to it.
Sure. So the other things in this room, there's the desk, and the gargoyle's been turned around.
All right, let's go through the drawers in the desk. Let's ransack it.
So in the desk, there's not really anything in the desk. There's maybe some old blank parchment, quill or two, dried out the fucking bottles of ink, whatever you call those things.
Let's burn the desk.
You could certainly burn it. Yeah, just going through it, the initial pass, yeah, you don't find anything of worth in the desk.
Now, we've searched this whole church that was boarded up. Like the main church is still the bell tower, and you said there was a graveyard.
So far, yeah, in this church, you Joe gave a quick search of the stage area. You guys have searched through this room. You've checked out the sarcophagus. Mm-hmm. You gave a good strong look through the entry area. There's still that font that you guys haven't looked at. And then Joe was just looking to see if the stage was like anything was broken into or smashed up. So he didn't really look for anything specific after that. But with that, yeah, you've been through all of the spaces in the main body of the church.
The chapel, if you will.
The chapel. That's a better way to put that.
All right, let's check out this font.
Okay. let's see what we've got for the font. So on the south side of the chamber is a stone font, 2 feet in diameter, set into a depression. On the top of the font is an empty copper basin, tarnished with green from age. The architects of the church placed the font in a particular location. The imagery on the side of the font, which I will show to you all. The imagery on the side of the font facing you, there's an angelic creature protectively holding a sword over a bearded man and a dog. It's easy to make out, but the font is affixed too close to the wall to discern the imagery on the opposite side of it. So yeah, you
looks
got
like
this
me a little bit, doesn't he?
What's that?
Kind of looks like me a little bit, doesn't he?
That's it exactly, Joe.
As he's stroking his beard and.
Does the dog have one head or two?
Just one. So yeah, there's this font with the basin on top of it. You can see the imagery on one side of it, like I said, an angel with a sword over what looks to be from the depiction Sandroke, as you saw in the tapestries. But there is more on the opposite side of the font, the opposite side of the pedestal, but it's too close to the wall. You can't get a good look at it.
Well, let's try to slide that on out and give it a gander.
Go ahead and give me
Anyone want to help?
Sure, I'll help.
Nope.
We're going to call it an athletics test.
Who has the better athletics?
I have
I've
a
got
47 base plus trained, so 57.
I got 43 plus trained.
I've got not that.
Okay. So, Uncle Danny, go ahead and give me that standard athletic. This thing's kind of heavy. We're going to call it a challenging athletics.
All right.
I'll add
And
an
then
assist die at least.
Jake, throw your assist die in there. Ooh, that's a good assist die. 11.
Crit.
Critical success.
Thanks, buddy.
You easily shift the font around so that you can get a good look at the opposite side. Now, the adventure was written with the intention of you all not doing a good job and breaking the font. So the handout that I'm about to show you is with it broken. But I'll explain to you what you see. On the font is moved. There's images of the robed man pointing at a rat the size of a human. The rat creature is reaching into the mouth of a goat and pulling out an infant from the goat's stomach.
Looks just like me, hey guys? He says,
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say some of this would definitely be hitting awfully close to home there, Threk. Like, what is this shit? Why are they hating on me? So yeah, you can see the font on the other side has the giant rat man hybrid pulling an infant out of the mouth of a goat. And Sandroke is there pointing at the...
Or is he feeding it to the goat?
Listen, in a still image like this, it could go 50-50.
There's like speed lines of it going out.
Yeah, there's speed lines. There's the...
It's the real attention to detail that gets you with those
You see the
carvings.
Is there any
small arrows
notes?
pointing outwards.
Yeah. Any notes in the metadata of this?
No. No.
Okay. And that's it? Just that's on
Yeah.
the side. There's nothing else in there?
Yeah, no, that's what's on the base of this thing, and then there's the basin still sitting up top, empty, green with age, but that's it. That's on this part.
I say, partners.
I feel like we were supposed to break this. I don't know why.
Yeah, I get this.
Well, I mean, it's not too late.
myself, but
Oh, here's my crowbar.
are you thinking that we got what we came for and we could
I
get
was
No, we need
thinking
the
the
gem.
same thing, partner.
We got the ham, but it's got no gem in it.
Mm.
Oh, all
I
right.
think the gem's the magic part, not the
So
ham.
you all
We can try it if you want.
You all could recall
probably
back
be-
to the 3 tapestries you saw at the entrance, and tapestry, the 3rd tapestry there of the bald man kneeling to the workers with the rod that you now have. You can definitely tell that there is a gem in the palm of this, and it actually seems like the all that light radiating out of the hand is actually centered on the palm where that gem is.
Yeah, we need to figure out where that gem's at.
To the bell tower.
Anyone, or we can just find a gem that looks like it because they're
I
not
like what you
sure.
think.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as we find something that looks like a gem,
Yeah.
they didn't hire us to cure. They hired us to get the item. You know, so we'll be like, oh darn, it's not magic voodoo after all. Too
Yeah.
bad you're still paying us because that's our contract.
Well,
So
if this were heart, I would just burn some stress and I'd magically have a gem that looked just like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So
Uh,
I'm saying I'm just first gem we find that looks like it. That's
just
my
so
train of
we're clear before we move on to the bell tower. There's the entrance, there was the main chapel area, there was the sarcophagus, there was the font that you just checked out, there was the stage, and then there was the small office off to the side.
okay. So we'll thoroughly check.
We haven't really
main
checked the
area.
stage, though, right?
Joe just checked to see if it was smashed up.
I checked to
Okay.
see if there was any doors or.
Well, there were, and I
entrances.
described that to you at the time, but you were just looking to see
Right.
if they were like broken open. And so you
Okay.
just went for the tithing box and checked to see what was in the tithing box.
Okay.
Well, let's look at those doors.
Okay. So you would go up to the tabernacle there, and you would see on the back of it, there are a couple cabinet doors on the back of this, which are locked.
Oh, well, if only I didn't have picks.
Yeah.
All right. Do I feel like they're using the same lock for like everything here? Like, did they just go cheap?
Yeah, they went cheap.
So,
Listen, locksmiths back then were expensive. So
yeah, I feel like I got a good feel. This is my second or third one I've picked so far tonight. So,
Yeah.
I'm not going to take my time. I've got my confidence.
yeah, since
still
you're
standard?
used, yeah, you don't call it routine.
All routine. All right.
Yeah. I don't know if you've
Routine.
ever played around much with you rolled F. No, that's not it. If you ever played around much with picking actual locks, but after you get a lock picked once or twice, it's real easy to do it.
Yeah.
There on out.
Which explains why I rolled a 3, so I
Yeah.
succeeded.
Yeah, you open up this tabernacle. It's just a fun word to say.
Tabernacle.
It is.
Tabernacle.
And if we say it all together, it'd be like a choir.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A tabernacle choir.
Yeah. Let's see. You pick it. Inside there's a crystal goblet.
Any gems on it?
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you open up, you see a crystal goblet, you maybe see a couple vestments, like the cloths that the father would wear. Maybe a couple of candles in there.
What color?
Setting what's that? Red and white. One of each. And then also inside of this tabernacle, kind of at the back of it, you kind of squat down, look in there, because it goes back, the full distance.
Yeah, I remember I'm like Danny DeVito short, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah, you just mildly lean over and you can see in there just fine. And you can see that the carvings that are on the front of this thing are carved on the inside as well, which is very odd.
Interesting. Do they look different?
It's just the reverse. I mean, no, they're identical. These things are
Okay.
carved identically on both sides.
Huh.
As he's looking at that, I'll walk up next to him and
Like,
just kind of look over at him, look at it, look over at him, and
like identical
Take a bite out of a
mirrored
carrot.
or identical like does
Not.
like if
what
you were
they-
to take it and you flipped it, would it look the same or
It would look absolutely the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, Matt, yeah, Threk would see there's a red candle and a white candle in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take them.
Well, no gems in here.
I don't know about the white candle, but a red candle, you can use it more than once in a room.
Yeah. As long as you get past that blue one.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to check out in this thing? Or are you ready to check out the next area?
Bell tower.
Yeah, I'd say it's about time we get to moving on.
Mike, you look like you're thinking.
No, that's fine. We're going to Bell Tower.
Okay.
L Tower.
You all head outside. You swing around to the bell tower. Immediately on who's going in first, I guess. That's the first question.
I can.
Okay.
I have a high damage threshold.
I do not. I'll be at the back.
Yeah. Crumbling tower. Fixed to the old church, the crumbling old stone tower. Well, the drifting fog and rust-colored moonlight obscures your vision. You can still see the outline of the old. Oh, that's designed to be. Yeah. Darkened archway leading into the darkness of the tower's interior. You step inside. Tower is drafty and reeks of manure. Littering the area are scattered bones and clothing of two people. You can tell there's an adult, and it looks like the bones of a child. And the bones are just scattered all over the floor here. And there's a set of stairs leading up the tower, spiral stairs crawling along the interior of the tower walls.
Are they just like totally clean bones?
Yeah, it looks like these are skeletons at this point. But just literally like you see like two different skulls and you see two different sets of bones of varying size, but the bones are scattered all over the room.
Okay. Do they seem mostly intact? I know they're scattered, but like, do they look like they've been bashed in or anything?
I would want you to give me a heal test on that. Investigate test on
Yes.
that. Thanks for correcting me there.
Could I do it with the
Standard.
scrutinize just to see if they look damaged? Like, just looking
Yeah.
at it?
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Okay. Darn.
You fortune point
I
that.
don't know. Not worth it.
Okay.
So what exactly are you looking for with these bones here?
I just want to see if they were obviously murdered or if they starved or something like that.
Can I roll a simple melee check to see if it looks like somebody beat their heads in or something?
No. Simple melee test is knowing how to hit something.
Yeah.
Not
if
necessarily.
you rolled a simple melee test, it would look like they had been smashed.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I mean.
So
it
no,
works
I'm not
either way.
gonna say a simple melee will give you, crime scene investigation type skills.
What you thinking there, partner?
I'm just curious to see, if they were murdered or not.
I look down at them, and are any of the bones crushed?
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
That's what I had him roll for. The bones are scattered across the room. So yeah, I would call it again. Why don't you give me a scrutinize?
I'll try to scrutinize these bones. These damn bones.
Mhm.
Standard difficulty? On a
Fortune point
scrutinize?
that. Standard difficulty.
Narp.
Narp. There you go.
Hey,
What does Threk see kicking these bones
Threk.
around?
Threk has been exposed to plenty of bones before. You can see there's gnaw marks on both of the bones. You can tell because you probably gnawed on your
Yeah.
share of
I'm
bones.
chewing on it.
But you can also find all the joints have cuts going along it. The repeated clean cuts, as if the limbs have been removed at each joint.
I'm gonna pick up one and I'll point it out to the others. What do you all make of this?
Yeah, you can grab like the sockets of the hips, and you can see very clearly that it's not like these things broke or snapped. Something
This isn't
it
usual.
looks like they were
fluids.
caught and not on. They were eaten.
Cannibals.
This is unusual for a church, wouldn't you say? You guys were paranoid about the gargoyle.
You tough, they were
Also-
eaten by gargoyles.
Also, looking at the skulls of this thing, of these people, you could see that there were a couple of bullet holes in the heads of each one of them.
Oh. I don't like that.
You're out of water, man.
I am out of water.
Well, so they were shot.
Cut up, eaten.
And then
That
shut
is
into this
your
bell tower.
translation of that. That is your interpretation of it. Yes.
Huh. Anyone been living here? Like, does it look like there are signs of, like, someone's been, like, sleeping here?
No. Just looking around, it's a bare room, packed dirt, just bones scattered about. But at least not at this level. You don't see any, any signs of fire, any signs of, bedding of any form or.
Is there like a staircase or anything leading?
Yeah,
up?
there's a
climb the tower,
staircase
yep.
going up. Yeah.
All right,
Let's go up,
draw our
boys.
weapons and let's start going up.
Sure.
You all wrap around the staircase, climbing the tower. There are, as you start getting up, you notice the stairs start getting there's slick spots, and it's kind of becomes uneven textured. As you would take a second to kind of investigate, you would realize that these stairs are covered in. And at first, you're like, "That's a lot of bird shit," and then maybe it dawns on you that this is guano, bat
Gargoyle
shit. Gargoyle shit, covering these stairs as you get up into the chamber with the actual bell. And the bell is there, big giant brass
I know
bell.
my shit. This is
and you can, as you get up there, you can actually hear the squeaking of bats. And looking up, you would see that the ceiling of this thing is just completely covered in bats hanging from above.
I don't like it. I'm gonna have my pistol drawn and my dirk in my hand.
Okay.
Well,
Are there any doorways or anything? Or
No,
is
you're
it
at the top of the bell tower.
just a bunch of bats?
So yeah, you can now look out of the bell tower at the surrounding area. Lots of fog, the ruddy moonlight. Kind of in the back of the church, you see there's a small kind of kiln outdoor stove. They like a big pizza oven kind of looking thing. And there's another small building off to the side of that, kind of like the backyard area of the church. And then off the opposite side of the church from the bell tower, you see the graveyard.
Yeah. Is the bell still intact?
Yeah,
Say, let's ring the bell.
absolutely.
Sure.
With
What
the
hour
bats
would
all
I
around
guess
us?
it to be?
I
What's
feel
that?
like that's a
No,
Yeah,
it's probably just
batshit
gonna make
crazy
all the
idea.
bats.
Yeah, let's not disrupt the bats. Forget that.
Is there still a like a chain or rope attached to the bell?
No, there's not. You can kind of maybe like if you peeked up inside the bell, you can see the hammer inside of that thing had a loop on it, and there's still some rope kind of like wedged in there, but it looks like just age has rotted the rope away, and it's no longer there. So if you wanted to
Like
ring
the
it,
hammer for it's not there,
yeah,
or like
well, the
rope?
hammer is there, but there was the attachment on the hammer where the rope where they could shake the rope and it would bang the.
Well,
I
normally
don't know how
normally
fucking bell tower fucking
normally the
bells
rope's
work.
to the bell, and then
Listen, Joe,
either
you're
to the
thinking
bell or
about
the
it
thing.
too hard. You're thinking
I
about it.
have rope. is all
Joe,
I'm
the
saying.
rope is deteriorated. It's not there.
There's no rope
Right.
there.
I have
You
rope,
could use
though.
your own rope to
Okay.
to get functionality restored.
Sure.
I'm not a fucking bell tower expert.
that way. If we need it, we can be saved by the bell.
Oh!
and then it's all right.
Pitch that. Like, does anyone think we should ring this bell or?
Mike, take 10 extra
Not with all
RP
the
for a
bats
Zach
on the
Morris
ceiling.
reference there.
What? I think we should go down to the bottom and ring it. Like tie one of our ropes or a number of our
Right.
ropes and ring it.
You can definitely do that.
Or just
We wanna
shoot
do that?
the bell.
It's
You
all
could
right.
shoot it. Ba-ching!
Bang!
That'd be
Yeah.
fun too.
Yeah,
Yeah, Uncle
we
Danny's
all
gonna
just
go
take
just go
turns shooting
downstairs.
the bell and lose
Alright.
all our ammo.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
gonna start going down the stairs. with Uncle
Secure
Danny.
my rope to it. We'll go downstairs.
You do so. You get your rope down at the bottom of the stairs. Who's ringing the bell? How many times are you ringing the bell? Frequency of the bell rings.
What hour is it about? If we had to guess.
I don't fucking know. Let's roll me 2d6. Let's see. It's gonna be I don't know, 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Okay.
Sure.
I'm gonna ring it 4 times.
You ring the bell 4 times. At the first ring of the bell, all of the bats in that belfry just fucking scatter into the night. And a furious flutter of wings. After the reverberation and the echoes, it was really loud in here, so maybe your ears ring for just a second. But you do hear
4 o'clock and all's well.
That's great. Great movie. So you do hear something that wasn't there before after kind of the ringing of the bell stops. And somewhere off in the darkness of the night, in the fog, you hear what sounds to be crying.
From what
A
direction?
low, muffled wail somewhere in the dark.
Man, woman, child?
You can't tell. It's it does not sound right.
Is it getting louder?
Immediately no.
Hey, there's somebody out there crying. It sounds like they need help.
Sounds like fuck that.
I agree with that. No evil fog children with soul-stealing superpowers.
There's nothing out here, right? Like there's no houses or anything in this area, right? Because this is cursed.
Yeah, probably 30 miles around this place. It's just been completely abandoned. As people fearing the curse of this church.
How about this? If they're still crying when we find our gem and all that, we'll think about it then. But I don't want to fuck with that right now.
Is there any place else to look for this gem?
There's
that building out back.
There's a building out back. There's the
graveyard, right?
stove thing out back, and then there's the graveyard.
Does the graveyard look like it has like one of those mausoleum buildings in it?
No, it's just gravestones, the headstones. When you were up there and kind of outside, you would probably put a guess. There's maybe like 100 or so tombstones out there.
Let's go dig up all the graves.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be in one of them.
Let's go check the stove out back, and then if it's not in there, let's go into
let's check the
building.
stove.
Okay. So you go check the stove out back. How exactly are you
I
investigating?
want to get my rope back, by the way, too.
You get your rope back.
Test. Yeah.
With an investigate test. Oh, what I'm trying to say is you can just give words to me, and if they're specific enough, I'm not going to make you roll.
So what kind of stove? Like how big is it? Was it like how big is the door
like
on it?
6 feet of stove made of clay. It looks like it had recesses where brackets would have gone, where it would have had like a cast iron door or something like that would have closed it. And then underneath is where you would stoke the wood in, where the fire would be at. Hey there, we got us a raid from Corey Hickson. Thanks for that raid.
Thanks so much.
Welcome to the place where we're doing the thing.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, that's a like 6 feet tall chamber up top where they would cook the food, and then underneath where they would load up the wood.
Looks like it's been used recently.
No.
No, I never said that.
It does not look like it's been used recently, but it looks like it has seen use over the years. And kind of looking into the top chamber of it, you can see that it's actually been kind of broken out between the two, whether that was intentional or just age and neglect and care. Eventually the clay between the two layers broke down. There's still a pile of ash and a few bits of like old unburnt logs and whatnot on the bottom level of it.
Is there like a poker anywhere
Sure.
Wanna,
There's an old
sift
rusted
through
out.
some of the pile of ash and see if there's anything questionable in it.
Uh,
Real quick.
You find a skeleton in there.
Ooh.
Charred
That's
bones.
questionable.
Charred bones and a rusty dagger.
Guys, this is one of them eating people churches. I don't like those.
And
Is there a gem in there?
he does not find a gem in there. And the dagger, it's just the blade. The handle is all gone. You guess maybe it was wood and it burnt away in whatever fire.
Yeah, this reminds me of
Do they also have a bullet wound?
No. Adam, what were you going to say?
reminds me of them times when I was hearing about fellas traveling through the mountains in the wintertime, and there's one fella named Calhoun once had a story about how they didn't have any food, but he never said there wasn't anything to eat.
Rory Calhoun?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
You'd have to
scary.
be rather ravenous in order to go to those lengths.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
good.
a pirate. I like water better.
Yeah, you would kind of investigate. You know what you're looking for. You don't find any bullet holes in this thing's skull, but you do find that there are signs of cut marks along the ribs and whatnot.
Similar to the other ones where it looks like they're cut maybe for
No,
eating.
the other ones were very specifically dismembered at the joints.
Hey, folks,
This
let's,
thing looks like it was stab wounds. Yes.
Okay.
Let's check our posture.
Oh, is that a thing we do?
Cross check.
Yeah, we got a posture check.
Okay. I remember one of those times we were streaming and there was all sorts of posture checks that came through, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?"
That's
I
another
know
skill
not
you don't
these
know about,
rules.
Chuck.
What's that?
It's another skill you don't know about.
Posture checks.
Oh,
Yeah.
boots.
was-
Ouch.
That wasn't
Ouch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
soothe that fucking burn with a drink.
All right,
Goddamn.
so there's a dagger blade in here, skeleton, but no jewel, no gem.
No gem.
How about the crying?
Nope.
Has the crying gotten any louder? Is it any closer? Can we make out?
It
if
seems
man,
a little
woman,
bit
child?
quieter now that you're around the back of the church.
I like
Almost
that.
like it was
Let's
coming
keep
from
it
the
that way.
graveyard in the front.
Yeah, you can still hear it, but it's not as loud.
So it seems like wherever it is, it's like closest to the bell tower, away from the church.
Yeah, it just seems like wherever it is, there's now a building between you and it.
Okay.
This voice seems to be playing games with us.
Should we go say hi?
I don't know. I don't know all there is to know about this game.
I don't speak crying evil thing, so I don't think we'll have much
Well, let's
to
go
talk
kick
about.
open the door on this building, then get this damn gem.
Sure. You move up to this building. You kick the door open, and you look into what appears to be an old library in this smaller building. Let's see. Room contains a table and a few overturned chairs. Animal manure litters the floor. In a corner near the window are the remains of a squatter's campfire. 3 books remain on a shelf in the corner.
How do we know that's animal litter if the squatter was
Yeah,
here?
you may not. Yeah.
I'll taste it. Yep, it's not human.
Yep.
So Jurassic Park Triceratops turd pile.
Yeah.
How
That is
fresh?
a pile of shit.
How fresh did the droppings look?
Some of them appear to be rather fresh, maybe still a little squishy. Definitely don't want to step on them.
Oh no.
This is the only way in. There's one door in,
Yeah.
and it's just a single room.
It is not a single room.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I answered you incorrectly the first time. There's this door that you walk through into the room, and then to the left, there is another door that goes into what looks like another room inside this building. And that door is slightly ajar, which is surprising because I thought it would have been a door. I tried. Joe, don't shake your head
Painful.
at that.
We got another raid. We got a raid of 24 people coming.
Oh,
in.
wow.
Or
Okay.
no. Sorry, 424 the name. I thought it was 24.
Oh,
No.
Still.
I said a strange raid. Sorry, I got excited. I thought we had another raid coming in here. Sorry. So I apologize. So there's another room in there?
Yeah, there's another room in here.
Oh, we do have
The
another raid
door-
coming. Sort of. From Blackfeather Guild. They're coming. Thank you. It's very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Very much
Yeah.
for the raid.
Can any of us read well? Like, what are those books?
I'm a
I can
local.
look at books, but I don't know what they say.
Well, I had plenty of time to learn to read when I was in primary school. So I'll go check out those books.
Jake,
Yes,
can your character actually read?
I would think so.
Okay.
Assuming he spent time in a prison and not like a ye old prison.
Okay. Yeah, we'll call it a prison. Sure, you can read. You check it out. Two of the books are Bibles, one in English and one in Spanish. And the third book appears to be a journal of sorts, recording all of the baptisms that took place in the church. Probably, it looks like it was written by a handful of priests. Last entry is maybe like 30-ish years ago. First entry is going to be like maybe 70 years ago. And just records of, baptisms that took place in the church. Maybe, who the child's father or parents were, and then who, the child was.
Hey, check to see if if he tells us that it's a baptismal record. I would say check to see if any of them saints or fathers or whatnot had kids.
Yeah, I'll look for anybody named Father Goat or something.
Yeah. Were any of them babies fed to goats?
I don't know if
It's a weird way to
record-
baptize them.
Yeah. So Jake, why don't you go ahead? Give me a fuck. It's not an investigate check. I know that.
Scrutinize.
Give me a scrutinize test.
Or it's like education, yeah.
Education.
Education could do it. I'll take either.
I'm not formally trained in education, but
So you're probably better off with scrutinize then.
well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Because education is flipped to
education
fail.
would actually be speed reading related, so
Yeah, but that's flipped to fail, so good luck.
true.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
You dig through the
well
books.
done, sir.
And you find just mundane entries, names of every sort. You don't see any children of priests as you were looking for. But one thing that does kind of pop out at you is it's got a listing for a Brie Felkner, born about 60 years ago, to an Obediah Felkner, and no listing of a mother.
Wait, Bree, like the 20-year-old lady Bree 60 years ago?
Yeah.
Doesn't match up.
no, it doesn't.
Something's fucky. I'm more in favor of finding a gem that doesn't match the actual scepter.
And just leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just being like, oh darn, it didn't work. Too bad that's not what you specified to pay us.
Well, we searched this whole place already.
You've now searched the library room of this small building. There's still a second door.
Yeah, I mean, we could just take a quick look over here, and I'd just open that door.
You open the door, and it appears to be an old priest quarters. Let's see here. Small open chambers, got simple furnishings of the former priests. Wooden cots in the room covered with moldy blankets. In the middle of the chamber, you hear a low growling sound coming from beneath one of the beds.
Okay.
So you step
Alright.
in.
Hang on. As soon as I hear that, I am
Store.
going to.
Rabbit?
No, I'm gonna.
Ooh, what are you casting?
I'm gonna cast. I'm looking for the name of it. Primordial
What's up,
Tongue.
Doc?
Primordial tongue.
Yeah, I take this crab apple out and I throw it on the ground and I smash it underneath my boot.
All right. Go ahead and roll me your incantation test.
Okay.
Or press cast.
Oh yeah, press cast on that. That's good.
Standard.
I gotta make sure the difficulty rating's right. Okay.
No crit fail.
Well, he's.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
88 now 99. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
So, Adam, would you be kind enough to read us what the critical fail effect is?
Yeah, with but a whisper, your voice is stricken from you and replaced by one taken from a beast of the natural world. The GM will decide which beast. For 24 hours, you can do nothing except grunt, growl, or roar.
Please keep the rabbit theme going.
Uh,
Have you ever heard a rabbit scream? It's like the most terrifying thing in the world.
oh
I
God!
think-
It actually
I think
is.
Matt. I think
Do
you
you-
gave the answer. It's got to
do
be a
you-
rabbit.
Okay, so you really want me to scream like a rabbit from now
Yes.
Have you heard a rabbit scream? It's like a
You
person
want-
screaming.
on? Yeah.
It is a
Yeah, so
death cry.
you're saying you want the viewership to go down to 0 right now, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here.
Or just have like a
Can-
piece of
can we
paper with
mute
like
Adam?
in brackets rabbit scream.
Give me.
You
Let
leave
me-
it
Get my marker. I want to make me a
Flux
little.
capacitor activated.
Have like one of those old timey silent movie dialogue cards.
Jen is
Rabbit
pleading no. Please
Yeah.
no. She doesn't want Adam screaming like a rabbit.
Let's see. What's
I
the
feel like
last
I
one?
need to look this up. I haven't heard what that sounds like.
Oh,
Adam,
it is
Please
terrifying.
give me a D6 roll.
Okay.
And we already have people removing their headphones. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's one really depressing video of like a family with like a mom and their really cute little daughter
Okay.
like releasing a bunny they found into the wild. And as they're
So,
watching it hop away, a hawk comes down and just
I've seen that.
yeah, I've seen that. Anyway,
goes flying.
That's
one
terrible.
was rabbit, 2 was horse, 3 was dog, 4 was cat, 5 was bear, 6 was cow.
Jesus, that was horrible.
So I kind of bend down low so I can try and look at, whatever's down towards the center of this, and I just go.
We all look at each
Fantastic
other like,
cow.
what the?
Fantastic cow.
Well,
What's
you
wrong
sure
with
showed
him?
that, Cal. Let's get out of here.
You look down and peer underneath these cots, and you see a hideous, malformed, humanoid-shaped creature with black fur and weird little pink tendrils, maybe an inch long or so, sticking out from all over this thing's body, clutching a book underneath of it. It's got piercing red eyes, a very abnormally wide mouth with small, slender fangs. Think like a predatory fish or something like that. Just narrow, almost needle-esque fangs in its mouth. And it hisses at you as soon as you moo at it. I think we're going to call this the first combat for the night.
I didn't realize
Right.
I started blasting.
Yeah.
Han shot first.
Lucky I had my pieces.
Just so everyone's aware who's watching, if you want to assist me in this combat, 200 bits will buy you a misfortune point,
No,
and
don't
I
do it.
guarantee you I will use it to explode some damage.
If you want to assist the players, $1 will get us a fortune point.
That is also
If you want to
true.
spend $2, just spend $1 twice.
At
yeah,
a time,
$1
yeah.
increments.
Yeah. Your dollar goes so much further when it's for the players. All right, I got Han shot
Right.
first, so I'm going to shoot at this thing.
You're so far right now though. Bushroot is the only one in the room, so Han shot first. That gives you a full turn, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I get 3
Yep,
AP,
3
so
AP.
Yep.
I could go in there, shoot, and
Yep.
Yeah. So
You go in there.
I will
Go
do
ahead.
that. I will
Yeah.
go in the doorway. I'll go, my God, and shoot at this thing.
This
So
thing is crouching underneath of a cot. So I'm going to make you take this as challenging.
Well, you see, I'm also a bounty hunter.
Oh,
And in combat, when you make your first attack action with a ranged
Auto
weapon, you
hits.
never miss. In addition, your intended target cannot dodge, parry, resist, and you also do an additional D6 Fury.
beautiful. Absolutely.
So I'm just gonna roll to get the damage. I'll roll
Yep.
the macro for the damage.
I understand entirely. That is going to be 14 damage.
And I'm gonna put another D6 on there for my additional Fury.
Yeah. So you already exploded one die on there. That is going to be 17 damage. Are you going to use any fortune points to stack any more damage?
I am not. I'm just gonna run in there and just with my pistol and unload on this thing.
So with
Bang.
17 damage, that drops this thing from unharmed down to light, down to moderates. Yeah, you drop this thing down to moderately wounded. If you want to go ahead and roll me a d6.
Oh, no injuries.
No injuries. So you run in after hearing the odd moo, and you kind of duck down a little bit, and you take your shot, and it's just strikes home. With that, we'll move into regular initiative. So Bushroot.
No. I'm saving that fortune. Dustin.
As
Just you wait. This is the first encounter of the night.
Busher turns to, I forgot your character's name, Matt.
Threk Crowfinger.
Turns to Threk and just as he still believes that, or they still believe that they're talking like everyone else. So then they're going to not learn their lesson, and they're going to cast yet another spell.
Ooh.
As they pull out a sprig of thorns from a death hedge and start waving it around in a circle. And from the circle, you see all these thorns break off of the branch and form in the circle as they look as about to be propelled forward. So what's the difficulty on this?
He's still kind of obscured underneath these cots. So I'm going to call it challenging.
Okay, so we're going to channel this spell.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
For 2 steps, and that's going to be all my action points.
All right.
And I'm sorry, the skill was challenging, so now that
would be routine.
Almost didn't change that.
That is a success.
Yay.
And I got a divine punishment.
Okay. How does your divine punishment play out?
It's because I'm a druid now. I gain, and I started off as a diviner. I normally gain what you get for normal divine punishment, which is basically I need to atone for my my sins before I can cast again. But I also get a mark of the demiurge now. So did I close that PDF out? I sure did. We'll go ahead and take care of the spell, and then I can take care of the mark of the demiurge on my own.
Sure. Cool.
And then that way we don't slow down combat. So it's 2d10 plus willpower bonus in damage from spray of thorns.
Okay.
Let's see here. So
Chuck, how does magic work in this game?
Listen, it's in the compendium,
Oh!
which is brand new to Roll20
Roll 20. So I can
and
just look it up
free.
in between my turns if I have a question. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, were you rolling that damage there?
yeah.
14 damage. That does drop this thing down to grievously wounded.
Okay, so magic can't normally do injuries, but this one, if they are injured, they will take a dose of whatever bane is appropriate to them.
Okay. So you want to roll that 3d6?
Okay. Nope,
Nope.
they're fine.
Okay. Still grievously wounded, so good job there.
Yay. All right, I'll get onto that, and we can move on to the next player.
Sounds good.
Is it the bad guy?
It is the bad guy's turn. Yeah, you guys really did some damage to this thing real quick.
I feel your pain, Chuck.
Yeah, no,
I've been
this small humanoid creature, just a little bit larger than the book it clutches in its hands. Who's going to go next? Threk, you're going to go next.
Threk's
So that
going
means
again.
I want you to roll me a luck check. And what
Luck?
this luck check is, if you fail it, there is a window in this room.
Why didn't that work?
I don't know.
There we go.
There it is. You passed it. So this thing looks around to see if there's a window it can escape out of, and there is not. So it rushes past the two of you out the door, and it tries to rush out the door. It spends 1 AP to make it to the door. Are either of you armed with melee weapons?
I got a rock in my hand.
I have my pistol, but
You could club with it. I'm just saying, this thing is about to move
Sure.
out of your threat range. So
Mhm.
if you were to make an opportunity attack, this would be the time to do it.
Sure. You're gonna throw your rock, and I'll try to pistol whip him.
Only one target, only one person gets it, so it's either
Okay.
you or me. Whichever one you want. You want to take it?
Yeah, I'll try to pistol whip it.
Okay.
Standard difficulty.
Standard difficulty, yeah.
Let's do simple melee.
Okay.
Woof.
No.
Nope.
This thing clears you, scuttles out through the main room with its next AP, and outside onto the ground under the stars and the
Does
fog.
it make it past us too? Because I'm in like the next room.
You are in the next room, but it's one person per round can make that opportunity correct. Is that correct?
No, per
We're engaged, right?
per instance.
Engagement.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the rest of you who are outside of the room would count as a different group of engagement that it would have to move through. So who amongst you would take that opportunity attack?
I would want to.
All right, Joe, go and swing it out then.
Sure.
Standard melee.
Turn.
No, you could burn a fortune point.
I think I will. I want to do
Yeah,
it.
finish this
Fantastic. So I now have 2 misfortune points. Go ahead and attack again, please.
There we
You
go.
connect. Go ahead and give me that damage roll.
All right. I should have done that as a damage roll thing. Here, I'm going to do the roll.
Okay, and we'll just take the damage off this.
Right.
Oh shit.
7.
7 damage
Let's roll one. Yeah.
is lethal.
Is
Nice. Dropped it.
a
So
stick
you
with
what
my
weapon
bird.
is this?
Stop that thing! Don't let it get away!
Joe, what weapon were you using?
Dirk.
Okay, so yeah, you hear a cow call from the other room. You're a threat, call out a warning to stop it. You pull your dagger out as it's running by, and you just pierce it to the ground as
All
the
right.
book slides out from its grasp.
All right. Is it a people eating cookbook?
Do you want to?
Man.
Were you able earlier? You said you couldn't read,
Nope.
That was Jake who.
so you could hand it off to Corcus.
Does it have any holy symbols that are easily identifiable on it?
It does have a standard cross on the front of it.
Okay. I'm just going to hand it off to someone else that can read.
I'll take it.
I want to take a look at this thing. Like, what the fuck is it? Like, have I ever seen anything like this before?
Oh, absolutely. It is bizarre and not like any creature you've ever seen. Like I said, short, maybe, 12 inches tall at most, covered in
Just a
weird,
small-
just
okay.
little tiny things.
It's a little guy.
black fur with these weird little pink tendrils, almost look like earthworms, just crawling out of its skin all over.
Throw it in
It's
the
got
oven and burn
these-
it.
Yeah, short,
Please do.
thin fangs for teeth. They almost look like just a mouthful of like hypodermic needles.
Ugh.
And it's got a weird kind of rat-like tail off the back of it.
What the hell is this thing?
So, Chuck, I've got all the details sorted out now.
Yes, go ahead and give us that.
So I now have a verdant cast.
Oh,
Green ichor flows through my veins and my skin turns a noticeably green hue. At my option, I can spend 1 hour in direct sunlight to raise my peril condition track by 1 step positively. In addition, whenever I rest in darkness, I may only recover up to imperiled.
ooh, you've got photosynthesis now.
Yeah. So now my skin has turned a even greener hue than the
You've taken on traits of a rabbit. You can only moo, and now your skin is going green.
This is really
So you
fantastic.
step outside the room looking like that. I'm like, what the fuck did it do to you?
Oh my god!
It didn't bite him. I don't know what happened. He saw it and he started mooing. He got spooked.
Yes,
All
Moon.
right.
You speak like a cow, my man.
Well, I'm utterly speechless.
Oh, but
Oh my god.
So, Jake, this book is in Spanish, but you're able to cobble together the meanings of it with
El
your
Bible.
the bit of Spanish that you're familiar with. The name translated is Hammer of the Witches. Kind of flipping through it, you do find a handwritten note in the margins, which is in Spanish. It says, I'm going to read this. So if I come across like I'm bored while reading this, I apologize. I have become convinced that the blight which has affected the people surrounding this land is not natural, but the work of the ancient demon. This is a name that only Joe could come up with. Giklok the Unclean. Fucking Christ. The demon's followers, who now refer to him as the Fouling, were successfully exiled out of San Diego. But I fear they may have traveled north to recommence their blasphemous rituals. The foul demons must be threatened by the local silver mines.
Like, is this ritual involving a ball dropping?
Are we talking about Dick Clark?
Yeah.
Dick Clark the Unclean.
Dick Clark. That is this thing's name now. It is now Dick Clark the Unclean.
That's thanks to Jeff.
Yeah, thanks to Jeff.
Welcome
That
to
is-
New Year's Fouling Eve with Dick Clark.
The
Listen,
followers
this
are
thing
called
is
the Phallic.
spelled, just so we're all clear with the trouble I had, GGCK apostrophe KALIC.
Yeah, Dick Clark.
Dick Clark the Unclean.
That's his true name.
It's his true name. Now we have power over Dick Clark.
You know what? I'm just going to say that I can't read that, so I'm going to call him Dick Clark.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dick Clark the Unclean, or as they're referred to by their followers now, the Fouling, driven
Phallic.
out of San Diego, traveled north, but the note mentions that the demon must be threatened by the nearby silver mine.
Yeah, it
Nice.
seems the demon, the ancient demon Dick Clark from San Diego, has come to spread the fouling because of silver mines that he's scared of. So,
Sounds just like Dick Clark.
yeah, I mean, granted, my French is a little
classical
rusty
Dick.
here, so but that's what I'm getting here.
So Dick Clark is afraid of silver?
Yeah, that's what it
Yes.
sounds like.
Well, what it looks like, French Dick Clark.
Oh.
Oh, hey, there's
Isn't-
Dan in the chat.
Doesn't all like demon evil shit hate silver in general?
Yes.
Well, that's information that you guys kind of rolled out at the beginning when you came across the wreath of sage on the front door with silver
Which I'm wearing
wire
around
in
my
it.
neck right now.
Yeah,
And the
it's
silver
sage
coins as well.
and silver are known to drive off evil spirits.
So what do you folks say we go back to talk with our good buddy Bree Felkner and put a wreath of sagebrush around her neck and slap her with some silver coins?
And this hand on a stick we have.
Well, they own that silver mine, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in faking the thing with the fake gem and getting
You know
paid
something?
and then fucking off.
With my very astute sense of perception, I did notice that San Rock on the mural had some wounds on his leg. I'm wondering if maybe they were originally pustules that had been removed. Maybe something about pustules.
Maybe.
Yeah, this is a conversation between you guys. Don't expect me to bail you out here, Jake.
No.
Mm,
Very well spoken. I'm inclined to agree with you. So how about we go and
mm.
Well, Bree has no mother. Maybe she was raised by a goat, or no, maybe she was pulled out of a goat and then baptized
By a rat man.
by a rat man, while her father had an angel point a sword at him, and then her friend with
As
a
they do.
two-headed dog was buried here, and they have a silver mine devoted
To the graveyard.
Yes, let's go.
Let's go
Let's
to the
investigate
graveyard.
this further at the graveyard.
I think he wants us to move it.
Move.
Maybe move along.
it. So y'all head over to the graveyard.
Mhm.
Yes. Does the crying get louder as we go to the graveyard?
As you move around the other side of the church, the crying gets louder, and it is even louder now than what it was before.
Does this crying sound familiar to the crying that we heard earlier tonight with Bree?
No, this sounds just a hair within standard human crying. Like it is very, there's something significantly wrong about it. Almost monstrous in how it sounds.
Get the fire ready.
So
I have my pistol and
Yeah, I've got my
dirk drawn.
rifle.
I want to be walking up the front.
okay.
I'll be at the back.
Does anybody have a blunderbuss by any chance?
Nope.
I wanted my iconic trapping to be a Zweihander.
Sure.
So I'll be up front with my Zweihander in hand.
You know, that's a cool name. Someone should make a game like that uses that thing as a name. Very cool name.
That's just silly.
It is.
sitting
Who
here
would ever
listening.
name a game Zweihander?
I don't know.
Right.
I'll tell you what, a game name after like, you know, like a car component or one of those things like all in your old timey rooms that moved hot water through to keep the room warm.
like a lady in a radiator.
Yeah. Now that's a name for a game right there.
Yeah.
AC.
It's the air conditioner. Our game is now named Air Conditioner. Okay, what are we looking at? You guys move around to the cemetery with Uncle Danny taking lead with his Zweihander, which is probably like 3 times as high. Yes,
yeah.
Adam, are you injured?
I may as well be. I'm sitting here listening to sounds cows make because
Research.
and
Research.
I was surprisingly accurate, but
Yeah, you did a good job.
It was a very moving perforance.
I also can't
Ooh.
believe I'm like, you know, it's been years since we did these spells, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe this made it into core rules.
Oh.
All these like
Ouch.
No, not in a bad way. Just like,
Oh.
wow, this is amazing. Like, it's been so long, I forgot all about these sort of things, you know.
Nice. There you go.
But you know, because they're critical failures, right? They shouldn't be happening that often. But when you get them in a row like
3 in a
that,
row.
Yeah.
it's ridiculous and fun.
Mm.
At least for me. But yeah,
Yeah.
That's because we're
I'm
playing
sitting-
on roll 20.
sitting here.
It's
Oh yeah,
true.
it's true. It's all because it's roll 20.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't
Listen,
blame Adam's luck.
roll 20. You're great for, allowing us to put such a great game like Zweihander and getting our compendium in it, which is new. The Zweihander compendium is now free in roll 20, but your fucking dice rolling system is horrible.
no, that's not it. It's just that it actually is so good that it knows how I roll in real life.
Oh, and it replicates that?
Yeah.
Oh. Roll 20.
Anyways, yeah. So sorry for that. It's just I was like
No, that's fair.
sitting here dying listening to
I
these
looked up how
cats.
the screaming rabbits sound. It's like a smoke detector that needs to be changed.
Yeah, it's
So
a
glad
good
you didn't
thing
go
that
with
we did
that.
not do a rabbit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I looked that up too. I remember now.
Terrifying.
I've heard that a lot
So,
when I was younger. Anyways,
yeah. Uncle Danny, you move into the cemetery. An ethereal fog creeps over the simple grave markers that rise from the earth like crooked wooden teeth. The markers range from simple weather-worn wooden planks, the names of their dead, long forgotten to time, to elaborate stone crosses. The fog swirls around the markers, coalescing into patterns of nightmarish creatures before dispersing as quickly as they formed. The fog carries the unusual scent of burning sulfur, and red fireflies float through the mist. So you move into this ancient and old graveyard. Like I said, some of the markers are just planks of wood with names carved into it. Other ones are, very full and fanciful stone grave markers, crosses, and angelic statuettes. But the fog in this place, it's weird, and the fireflies are showing us red. The fog, it coalesces every now and then. You could swear it's some kind of like foul creature of the darkness, and then as soon as your eyes kind of focus on it for a second, it just it's just fog. Very, very spooky, scary.
Can I try and pinpoint the location of that crying?
Go ahead and give me an investigate test.
Or at least the direction.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think Uncle Danny would try to do that too.
Awareness would do it.
Yeah, try to, because that's where we're kind of head towards. Difficulty? You said standard?
We're gonna go with this is a spooky place. You guys are on edge. We're gonna go challenging.
All right,
Ooh.
challenging. Nope, I failed. I don't have the foggiest idea.
Joe?
Yeah, I failed.
You guys aren't able to pinpoint it. This weird fog has you kind of. Oh, look at that. Adam, though, Rabbit Cowman over there.
He knows what's going on. Why don't you tell us what's happening?
You kind of pick up, kind of moving around, kind of putting your furry ears to the wind. The crying sound actually sounds like it's not in the graveyard, but maybe coming from like the south, maybe a little bit to the southeast, off of the church grounds. And you listen for a moment, you can kind of tell like it is getting a little bit louder. If it's moving towards you, it's moving slow.
I heard it also with my roll. I'm going to point in the direction and say, it's coming from there. I don't know what's wrong with Bushroot.
Quiet down, Bushroot. We're listening.
I don't know. Do we want to go deal with it, or?
I'd rather deal with it than have it try to deal with us.
I'm in favor of that. I want to head towards it.
Who's taking the lead on this?
I will.
Oh, you got two of you with hands up.
Uncle Danny and Douglas want to take they're holding hands.
Okay, you two are both you. Who's all
And we're
going with
skipping.
them on this charge to find out what's
I'm
going?
going, but I'm going to be at the rear with my rifle drawn.
Jake?
And I'll be right in front of him with his rifle, and I'll have my derringer.
There you go. All right. This makes things. We're gonna do a luck check. I'm gonna roll a d6. Joe's 1, 2, 3. Mike, you're 4, 5, 6. That is a 6. No, I'm sorry. That's a 5. So, Mike, you are going to roll me a luck check, and Joe, you are going to assist him.
Okay.
That's a 20, so you're going to pass.
That's actually a critical success for me
Oh, it is?
because of my professional trait. Instead of a 1 being an automatic critical success, it's actually a critical failure now. My automatic critical is 20 because of Dungeoneer's Gygaxian.
Oh, okay. That's
What's
funny.
it called?
All right.
I got it here. I wrote
So,
it down somewhere.
Since you're
Gygaxian naturalism. Yeah.
Yeah, so 1s
Nat
is a critical
20.
failure for you, and 20s are critical success.
Exactly.
That's
So I
Beautiful.
critically succeeded.
So a nat 20. Yep.
Yep, I got a nat 20.
You're able to easily kind of navigate your way
That's
through the
hilarious.
fog, and eventually you come across a
I'm
what
so
looks
happy
like
this
an
came
old
up.
man stumbling towards the church slowly, shuffling, moving just really uncoordinated movements. And you can hear he's got this weird weeping noise that he's making, but it's got a lot of like back end shrill distortion almost, and it's abnormally kind of deep with just a hint of muffle to it. Just this really weird weeping noise as he kind of looks blindly forward with eyes that don't really like scan the horizon or even take notice of you.
Hey there, buddy. What's bothering you? I'll try to get his attention.
Yeah, the creature stops for a moment. The man stops for a moment at hearing your voice. It kind of like it tilts its head to side real weird. And then it kind of like shuffles a little bit to reposition itself. So it's now facing you. And it commences again with the weird crying noise. And it starts shuffling towards you.
You all right there, fella?
So
How?
does it seem like it can't see?
It definitely, its eyes don't, they're not fixed on anything. They're, it's got that weird 1,000-yard stare. It's unblinking, no movement of the eyes, no tracking anything. But as you it steps towards you a little bit more, the two of you who are up front there are able to tell it's got a weird kind of purplish tint to its skin with all these really odd kind of green weeping pustules all over it.
I'm killing it.
Okay.
Yeah, does it look like the pustules that our dead friend had, or
Yeah.
the daughter? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and like level this Zweihander at it and be like, all right, buddy, keep your distance.
It doesn't.
All right.
Your warning.
Hans
Try
shot
and
first.
walk
Here
to
I
this.
go.
Right.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Mike, you gave it a warning. Joe, you said you want to attack first. Matt, you always get to attack first. So we're gonna resolve the 2 attacks and then we'll move into initiative.
Sure.
So Han shot first, gets to shoot first, and then Joe.
It always hits. I just rolled for damage 7 and additional.
Oh, that's true.
Only 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage?
Yep.
Does not move it. As your
My rifle
bullet
cracks out and it echoes through the area, reverberates. I was using the big Sharps rifle on it.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
As your shot strikes this thing, it tears through the flesh and you can see the pustules, the green pustules on it. A couple of them rupture, but rather than leaking, it's almost like they're putting out like a weird green dust into the air that kind of floats there for a second.
Put that bandana over your face, Uncle Danny.
So Joe, if you could go
Social distance.
I want to
ahead.
use an AP to pull his like shirt up over his mouth.
So, okay. I'm going to say you can do that. It's the start of your turn, just like drawing a weapon at the start of your turn. I don't charge you an AP for that. So you can go ahead and do it without burning an AP.
Okay. And then want to go up and make an attack with the dirk first.
Okay.
Do that. Damn. Fortune point.
Sure.
We only have 2 left.
You guys have 3
right?
left.
Shouldn't. I've been flipping them on the overlay as they happen.
Oh, I've been tracking them on Roll20.
Oh.
I've got 3.
I'll take 3 back. All right, let's take 3.
Yeah, let's do 3 and 3.
All right.
There we go. We hit. And because
I'm sorry, I did not move Joe's fortune point. You're right, Matt. You're right.
Oh, I shouldn't have said anything.
You shouldn't have argued with it. I would have never thought a second.
Matt.
Yeah.
Your second hit with that dirk does connect though for 8 damage, which does nothing to it.
And because I hit with that, I get to attack with my Colt.
Okay.
And a miss.
Fortune point?
No.
Okay.
Don't do it.
That puts us at the top of the initiative order again with, is that correct? Correct. Bushroot, you're up first, my friend.
So Bushroot's gonna take aim with his left arm and toss that stone up in the air, and then give it a lob.
Okay.
Just like pointing and then.
Go ahead and roll me that simple ranged.
Okay, difficulty.
What are we at? We're going to go challenging.
And then, is there any way to put in? Oh wait, you put in aim through situational modifier, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know what I rolled.
You rolled a 20, which is going to connect.
Sweet.
And
All
then,
right.
Yeah, give me that damage.
Okay. Rocks are pummeling.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just putting that in here to the advanced roll.
Okay.
Okay, and we're gonna use a fortune point to explode that D6.
Sure.
We're down to 1 fortune point.
So that
So
would be
that's
6.
11.
11 plus the this is 5. So that would be
16 damage.
Woo!
That drops it down to lightly.
go rock.
Rocks kill.
As the rock just cracks against this thing's head, you can see a strong indent form. I've become blurry. There I am. A strong indent form on like the above the left eye of this thing. No blood weeps out. Neither did blood weep out from the bullet wounds. But a little bit of that, more of that green powder dust kind of drifts off some of the pustules.
I'm gonna bank an AP now.
Cool.
As I grunt at it, sort of like trying to get its attention.
Yeah.
Grunt.
So next up is going to be Threk.
All right. I am going to draw my pistol that
Yeah.
I've used my rifle, because I think it only had 1 shot, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a 1-shot.
Yeah, so I'm going to draw my pistol, and I'm going to use Take 'em Down, and I'm going to try and use Takedown at a distance. You can use simpler ranged or martial ranged weapons to do disarm, stunning blow, or takedown. So I'm going to try and shoot his foot and take him down to the ground or something.
Okay, make your attack.
My coordination. It's a takedown.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
yeah,
he gets to
yeah,
resist as well.
absolutely. So roll your coordination test.
Yep. Fail,
They
zombie
have-
man.
It has to resist with a coordination test.
They can't be
So
terribly coordinated, I hope.
no, and it is not. It fails its coordination test, and as your bullet catches it in the shin, it's just enough to push it back a step, and then it trips and lands on its back.
And I will spend an AP to shoot it now.
Okay.
Da-da-da. 9, and I'll roll an additional D6 for damage.
You rolled a
Oh,
62
I missed.
out of 54. You missed.
I missed. All right.
Unless you want to spend your last fortune point of the night.
No, and I'm going to save my last AP.
Okay. So yeah, shot rings out. Turn passes to, that's the wrong mouse. Bloop, bloop. After Threk is Corcus.
He's prone,
Alrighty.
Corcus.
He is prone.
Yeah, but I do not want to touch this guy though.
That is a fair assessment.
And the hell with it. I'm gonna draw. How far away from us is Stumbling Fella?
From where you guys moved up, I'm going to say, well, from you specifically, Jake, maybe 10 yards. Because the group of you did move up close enough to kind of interact with it.
All right, I'll
then
move
it
up
started
1 yard,
shuffling.
which would put me within 9 yards of it.
Okay.
No, I'll move up to where I'm within 7 yards of it,
Okay.
and then I'll take a shot at it with my Derringer.
Sure. You move up to within range. You squeeze off a shot with your Derringer.
You're righty.
Standard. What was I calling that? Standard? Yeah,
Standard.
I forgot what I was saying it was before, so we're going
It
with
was
standard. So,
standard.
It being prone, does it go any lower? or
it
higher?
does not, but you do get extra damage.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, your shot with your Derringer hits. So roll your damage, and you'll get to add an extra D6 to it.
Yeah, I forgot that I actually had the thing.
That's fine.
All right,
So
oof.
roll another D6.
Ugh,
8 damage. Does not move it.
damn.
This thing seems very resilient as your shot catches it underneath the rib cage. It punches a hole through, and it's just like every impact is disturbing and releasing more of this green powder.
I'm gonna yell, "Take off its limbs like the ones we saw in the bell tower."
Ooh, yeah. That's a good idea for somebody else because I'm going to stash my last AP and stay put.
All right.
Do a litany of hatred because I can't.
Up next is Uncle Danny.
All right. So how far away would Uncle Danny be from this thing?
You're going to be, we'll call it like 5 yards.
Okay. So yeah, Uncle Danny will do the whole "oh god" thing
Yeah.
with the rest of the people, and then he will move up to within 1 yard because this Zweihander has reach. There's no need to engage,
Right.
and then he's going to go ahead and start trying to disassemble the body, starting with the head. He's just going to go straight for it.
This a called shot?
Sure, we'll do called shot. Yeah.
So you move for an AP. You take a called shot with 2 AP. So go ahead and make your attack.
All right.
So the base of called shot is normally they can't dodge or parry, but specifically you're going for the neck. So I'll say your called shot, if successful, is you land your hit on the neck of this thing.
And you said what was the difficulty on it?
Standard.
Standard? Okay.
Oh.
We got 1 fortune point left.
Nah, I'll hold on to it.
Okay. So that's your 3 AP for your turn. Next up is Douglas Beigebeard.
All right. I'm gonna run up. Well, I'm already up on him, and I'm gonna attempt to stab him. So, okay. A question I have: when
Yes.
you're taking aim and you're attacking with multiple weapons, do you have to take aim? Can you take aim to hit with one, and then you have to take another AP to take aim with the other one? Or
Correct.
Okay.
Take aim affects your next attack roll.
Okay.
Or your next check.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Because you can take aim with perilous stunts as well.
Sure. Okay. So I will take aim with 1 AP, make an attack.
Yeah.
And there we go.
That is a hit.
And it is
7
prone,
damage. He's
so
prone.
it deals an extra 6.
6. Roll me another d6. So that
5.
is going to be 12 damage that you deal, which does drop this thing down to moderately wounded.
Yay.
You gonna give me a d6 roll? What were you gonna say, Joe?
And then I immediately 6.
Shit, cool. I need to grab leather, steel, blood, and bone.
And I immediately get another attack.
Cool.
Because Pistolier, or no, because Salty Dog.
Buccaneer.
Buccaneer.
Yeah. Just go ahead and give me that other attack, and then we're gonna. Well, actually, let's resolve this injury first.
Okay.
You were stabbing with your dagger. Give me a percentile roll right off the bat. That is going to be a headshot.
Oh, nice.
So let's go to bladed weapons. Head. This is a moderate injury. Please roll me a d6.
All right.
Grazed cheek. Succeed at a toughness test to use any skills that relies on your voice. So that isn't going to do shit. Roll again, Joe. Roll that d6 again.
4.
Ripped out earring / lobe. So yeah, this thing can't hear unless it passes a toughness test.
Awesome.
So solid. Then go ahead and do your other attack.
And then I'm going to take aim for this one as well.
Okay.
And roll.
Did you take aim last turn?
What?
How are you? You took aim first, right?
Yeah.
And then you attacked.
And then I attacked. And then I'm taking aim again.
It's an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Is
So it doesn't
it?
cost AP.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you aim
Okay.
for an opportunity attack?
No, you can't aim for reactions, I don't think.
No.
Yeah,
I
I'm pretty
can't
So
aim
you
on-
can attack, but you can't aim with this attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So go ahead and give me that attack, base attack. Still, we're working with standard.
Posture check.
That hits.
Posture check.
All right. That
yeah.
hits.
And
And then it's prone, so I deal
get your
an extra
D6.
D6.
Yeah.
And I have Gangster Grip, I think is the name of it. So I deal an extra D6 because I'm close to it.
all right, so roll me 2d6 and add it to that 10.
5.
15 damage.
Are you
Moves it
flipping that
down.
all to? Is that going all to fortune?
Wait.
I think we're getting all of our
Friended
fortune
is-
back.
I hope that's 200, 200, 100. We need Friendon to clarify.
It's all misfortune
it's-
on the board.
I think it's intentionally then.
2 misfortune.
One fortune.
All right.
Fortune.
Misfortune, 1 fortune.
Let me add those in. We're going to use this token. as
Which,
our-
big thanks, Brendan.
Yes,
yeah,
thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Mike, yes. Yes, thank you.
Brendan is fantastic.
He wants TPK tonight. He said earlier, I don't think this TPK is going to happen.
So, Brendan, just so we're clear, right now I am setting on 7 misfortune. and the party's sitting on 2 fortune.
I think 5 misfortunes, like a guaranteed kill if you blow that many dice, because that's enough to go through.
Joe,
all
what
three
else
there.
was that? You dealt 15 damage. That moved
Yeah.
it down to serious. So go ahead and give me 2d6. See if we
Okay.
pick up another injury.
Nope.
Okay. It is this thing's turn.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
At least he's on the ground.
I have my last AP.
Eh.
He-
Actually, I have.
Make
Yeah,
Chuck
1
burn
AP
all of his
thanks.
misfortune on AP points. Yeah.
Get up. He uses get up for 2 actions. Joe, what were you saying at the end of that?
I
Anything
said
else?
I was banking my last AP.
Get up for 2 AP. Standing there next to Joe.
And then it makes a
Bye,
toughness test to hear, right?
It makes a toughness test to hear
For its last AP, right?
to see if it can find out where you all are at. Because I don't know if you guys picked it up, but
Sound.
it's sound based.
I was actually joking that it would waste its turn, but
But it
Guess
does
it has to
pass
do
that
that.
test. It knows that you're there right next to it, Joe.
okay.
It's
And
nice
it
knowing you.
knows that it wants to claw out at you. Now, seeing as that it is at a disadvantage with not having hearing, I am going to make this a challenging test.
It has more than 3 AP.
What's that? Oh, did
It
I
has-
say I'm spending an AP
Chuck,
for that?
Chuck can spend. He can buy AP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of misfortune to spend.
So I spend an AP to attack. This is a
Awesome.
28 for a melee attack. Joe, did you have any AP left?
Yeah,
I
he
do.
banked one.
Yep.
So if
So
you were
make
going
that
to
Parry.
parry, this would be the time. Now,
Oh
since
my
it made,
goodness.
yeah,
Failed by 1.
fortune point.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Chuck will just one-shot you. That's the worst.
Fortune
Yeah.
point, Joe.
There are 2 fortune points.
There are 2 fortune points.
I want to save them.
Cool.
I don't know. I feel like they'll be more useful later.
All right. So base damage on this is 12.
12.
But don't write that down yet. Because I am obligated to spend some misfortune. So let me
Yes.
get my marker.
Yeah, someone paid good money for it.
To
Uh-huh.
watch us die.
hmm
Oh, that's a 6. So 12 plus 6, and that was a misfortune. I got that noted. I get to reroll that. That is another 6. That is another 6. Naturally exploded 3 in a row. That's why I use my green die, because it's fucking dirty.
Well, on the bright side, we're already in a graveyard. We can just bury him right here.
Right? That was a 1. Misfortune. And that's 1 became a 6. What am I at right now, Joe? That's
How many misfortune?
A lot.
And this is all from a rock, right?
yes, it picked up that rock you threw at it and
Yes.
it clubbed him in the face with that rock.
Yes.
All right.
That's 12, 24, 36, 39.
Well,
It
there's
deals-
my fate point.
I got to eat a fate point. Good job, me.
No, Dougie.
Thank you, Brendan, for your generous donation. to
Thank
the
you,
channel.
Brendan.
Thank
Alright.
you for killing
And
Joe.
My
Yes.
life flashed before my eyes, and I'm still up.
and also to supporting the Defenders of Kobold as well.
That's also very
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Yes.
Bushroot. Your turn again. It's your turn again.
Okay, so Bushroot is going to take out that sprig of thorns yet again.
Yep.
And, weave it in a circular motion. And he's going to weave this cone of thorns right at the engagement.
All right.
So
Go ahead and cast
what's
that for
what's
me,
the-
please.
what's your difficulty rating for
We're
that?
still doing standard. Standard, yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I did look into it. The divine punishment. You still get to cast spells until greater.
Okay.
But right now I got a flip to fail, like handle animal and ride or something like that.
Okay.
So let's see if I can get more stuff. Thorn spray. We're gonna not channel it. Oh no, that won't do it.
Fortune point that.
What do you guys think?
We got 2 left.
Up to you.
Yeah, but-
One
Yeah,
of
up to
them
you.
is a purchase fortune point, which
It
will
is.
not turn into a misfortune point.
You want
I
to
say
use
use
that one? Yeah, because it's 2d10 plus willpower, so it could be
Yeah.
a
I want
lot.
to see you crit fail again.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
frankly, that's more fun. So yeah, let's see if we do that.
Oops.
Watch it hit a 1 and he just decimates this thing now.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and. is that
Oh
your-
man!
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Another crit fail?
Crit
I don't know
fail.
if the chat can see it because it's too long.
Yeah,
Great.
try and scroll
Okay.
up so we can get a
Jesus.
look at that 77 over
critical
61.
fail again.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited.
So
Well,
what happened?
That is
Too bad I was-
amazing.
too bad I wasn't up there in the engagement. So let's see here. Where did it go? I sprout
engagement.
thorns from my body.
You sprout-
Myself and all those who are in an engagement with me suffer the effects of 3 doses of Folkbane.
So 2 of you moved up to attack this thing. The
No,
other
but-
2 of you.
Yeah, I wasn't up there with them.
No, you weren't. So Mike and Joe are definitely safe. Sounds like Jake and Matt need to make me a luck check to see how close you were. So please roll your favorite primary attribute.
Oh, let's see here.
I need to look up what Folksbane does. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Oh,
it's
I
bad.
can tell you. You ready?
It's bad.
I am 100% ready.
If subjected to 3 doses, it causes the creature become unable to use movement actions, perilous stunts, or reactions for 3 minutes.
So how many doses? 2?
3.
3,
I failed.
You both failed.
which is why I didn't read the rest
Right.
of it.
And you're saying this is a luck check?
Well, it was a luck check for them. Yes, they could use a fortune point.
No.
Well, no, for me too, because it applies to me too.
Oh, it applies to you too.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Please, please.
I'm not getting off easy.
Yeah. Give me that luck test.
Okay,
No.
well, I am this time, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
There's something thematically incorrect about you succeeding your luck there, but crit failing every single.
Jake, Matt, for the next 3 minutes, you guys aren't able to do. It was movement.
Reactions.
Reactions.
Yeah.
Or perilous stunts.
My
So basically,
goodness.
they can
You
do
can only
attack
attack?
actions.
You can
And
only attack.
special actions.
That's okay.
Okay,
That's
so
okay.
at least you can reload.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
That's not as bad as I thought it would be.
It's not
But
But you
great.
can't move.
Can't move.
That's kind of bad.
A little bit, yeah.
Like I'm kind of reminiscing of like Beetlejuice whenever he gets picked up and like,
Oh.
like
Okay.
fun
That's
times.
fantastic.
Is that
Anything else?
4 for 4 with your spells? Crit
Oh,
fail?
No. One of them was a success.
One
Three,
success.
Yeah.
three of 4 were crit failures. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
So-
god.
Oh.
Anything else?
Oh, we
there,
got
Busher?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fortune points from Brendan.
That is
I'm
great.
I'm gonna bank that last action point.
Thank you, Brendan.
Thank you. Throw those in the pool, Chuck.
I'm working on it right now.
And I like look to the 2 of them attached to either side of me through the thorns, and I go.
Meanwhile, I'm just standing there like, ah.
So we are now at 6 fortune points, 4 misfortune points. All right. After Bushroot is Threk.
I think Bushroot's the biggest threat here.
Obviously.
Quick, shoot him and burn
Absolutely.
fortune points to hit him.
A nice one, Pixel.
All right. Yeah, Threk, you're up, but you can only shoot.
Oh, yeah, I'll shoot.
What weapon did you last use?
My Colt Model 1862.
Yeah, oh, you got plenty of shots in that thing.
Oh yeah, would loading not be an action you can do?
No, it's loaded as a special action, so he can do
Okay.
he can do special actions and attacks.
Okay.
I'm going to take aim twice.
Okay.
Seeing as how I can't move. Does that?
Yeah.
I can't do reactions, right?
You cannot do reactions. Take
Alright,
aim
so
as a special action.
I might as well do it because it's not like I can dodge or parry.
Yeah. So you're gonna do 2 take aim
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then take a shot with
Let's hit
your
this
Colt
damn thing.
pistol.
I gotta grab a drink of water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh my
I
god.
still miss. All right, well that's it
Fortune
for me.
point.
That's that's
You got 5 of them.
no, that's
Only one
okay.
of them can come to me.
that's 3 AP. I'm good.
Okay. Let's see. So then after that is Carcass. Jake, you can't move, you can't perilous stunt, you can't attack, and you can't special action. You cannot reaction.
Later, Oak. Oak wants you to kill me.
I'm working on it, Oak. Don't you worry.
Dustin wants you to kill me. Oak wants you to kill me. If Evan were here, he'd want you to kill me.
Yeah. So Jake, what you doing?
I'm gonna take aim for 2 and pop a shot off.
Sure. This is your 2-shot Derringer. This is your last shot in it.
Yep.
So after this, you'll have to spend some time reloading. So
Yep.
go ahead, make your standard shooting test.
Click, click, boom.
Patew.
There we go.
You hit. Yeah.
Oh, damn it! I did the simple ranged again.
Oh, no.
Knowing full well that I've got this.
Take him down.
6.
Stop shooting.
Killing me.
You could spend some fortune point to explode.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a fortune point to explode that that 4.
Yeah.
Make that an 8 plus
8
6
plus
4.
12 damage.
Yeah.
12 damage does move it down 1 step to grievously injured.
Oh, thank God.
Thanks, Jeremy.
3d6. Here we go.
Jeremy just wants me crippled. That's
Oh, that's awfully nice of him.
Yeah, I'm sitting there frozen. I'm like, take him down.
So what are
Stop
the
him from
qualities on
moving.
that Derringer there, Jake?
Let's see. Gunpowder, weak, repeating.
So weak just means it can only deal moderate wounds.
Yeah, and I didn't even do that.
Okay,
So.
but yeah, all 4s, you don't land anything on it. But you did move it a step down, which is good.
Yes.
Moderate's
So
2d6, right?
moderate, yeah, it's 2d6.
Okay.
Well, grievous, we still roll that number, but if it's a success, we only go to the moderate table,
okay.
not the grievous table.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So that's it. Yeah.
Mike, it is now Uncle Danny's turn.
So, with this thing preoccupied with murder, death, killing my companion, I'm going to go ahead and take the advantage of that to sweep the legs with my Zweihander to try to take it down.
Sure. Go ahead and roll that takedown.
Difficulty?
We're sticking with standard on this.
Standard, all right. So, staying a little martial melee. No, actually, not martial melee. Sorry. It would be coordination because that's what that uses. I succeed either way.
So this thing can try and make a coordination test to stay up. Now it is essentially blinded now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact impose. I'm just gonna make it real difficult for this thing, and it does fail. You knock it back on its ass.
Yes.
Awesome.
So after I
Danny.
sweep, I'm going to go ahead and above hand and boom,
Right
bring
down.
it down.
Go ahead and roll that attack for me.
All right.
Do it.
You
Can I
connect.
just use the one I already rolled?
Sure. I'm good with that.
Succeed.
35 is a hit. Go ahead and give me your damage roll, and you'll
All
get
right,
an
for
extra
1
D6.
AP, I'm going to use the punishing quality on mine.
There you go.
To do an extra damage. So it's 1 for normal, 1 for takedown, 1 for punishing.
There you go.
3d6, right?
Yep.
All right. Let's see what this rolls.
Uncle Danny the killer. Nope.
Oh
And
my
that-
god.
Good fortune point and explode one of those.
We get
I-
5 fortune.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Well, hold on. Let's see here, because that's 7 plus my normal 6 is 13. I think that's enough to do it by itself.
That is enough
Yeah.
to do it by itself.
Yeah.
You
So
move this thing to slain as you cleave its head off.
right.
It rolls a few feet from you. Its body goes completely limp. You can still.
I'm chopping it to pieces. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Arm, leg, yeah.
Yeah. But definitely the head was still. You could still kind of see some like muscle movement, some movement of the mouth, even after decapitation.
Oh wow.
Is there
So,
a
yeah.
jewel inside of his head? His neck?
There is not. So,
With the head still moving, I definitely want to take like climbing spike and
In the head to the floor.
Yeah. What he said.
yeah, he's on board.
What they said.
Yeah, he doesn't want you to have it moving anymore.
Uh,
Stop
Yeah,
it from
he's-
moving.
Yeah, he sees it moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need one of you, because three of you were shooting guns during this, right?
Yeah.
Jake, Matt, Joe. Jake 1-2, Matt's 3-4, Joe is 5-6. This is a 2. Jake, go and make me a luck test.
Bing bang boom. Ooh.
It's been a fortune.
You could fortune and re-roll that.
Considering the nature of these things, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
All right. Does a match work?
Match is a
It's
pass.
a pass.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay. Your shooting doesn't seem to have attracted anything else.
Oh, thank God.
And then do we each need to make a luck check for ammo?
You each need to make a luck check to see if you expended all your ammo or not. Now, if you still had loads in your gun, so Matt,
They're still there.
they're still there, but like your rifle, you
rifle.
expended it. You'll need to see if you still got ammo for your rifle after this. So make your luck checks. So who is that? Jake, you fail your luck check.
I got ammo.
Yep. Matt, you still have ammo. Joe, did you roll yet?
Yeah, I just rolled. I failed.
Oh, you
But
failed.
Bought ammo.
He bought
So-
a different.
You get to like I said, it was $5. You get to re-roll that. Essentially, you bought an ammo fortune point.
Mhm.
So if you want to re-roll that.
There we go.
All right. So yeah, Jake, you've expended your Derringer ammo.
Eh.
Now, someone else in the group could give you some ammo to replace it, but you're going to force them to make a luck check to see if they gave you the last of their ammo.
Nah.
Okay.
I'll stick with my garrote.
Okay.
Yes, you pick up things in primary school that ordinary children typically don't. How to use one of these.
I'll grab a stick and I'll like start putting something in the ground, and I'll type out what they would see.
Talk to it.
Took to it. The head's
can't
still
read,
moving on the
so-
ground.
I thought he nailed that thing.
Joe did nail that thing, and it did not stop the movement.
Burn it.
Well, I tried to nail it to the ground.
You did nail it to the ground. You succeeded on nailing it to the ground, but
It's
it still Yeah, animated, essentially.
Okay. What's he saying?
Yeah, we want to burn this body. Is that a good idea?
Jake, you would definitely be capable of reading what Bushroot put on the ground there.
Yeah, but I don't know what it means. Talk to it. Hello, deadhead. How are you?
It kind of gnashes its teeth a little bit.
I see. You wouldn't happen to know where to find a gem that we would place in a hand on the end of a staff that would repel what's wrong with you, would you?
Its teeth start gnashing a little bit faster.
Could you gnash once for yes and twice for no?
It gnashes once.
Oh, quite.
And then twice.
Let's see. Is the stone in the bell tower?
Chomp, chomp.
Is the stone in the church?
Chomp.
Okay, so it's in the church. Good. Where
is the stone in the graveyard?
Chomp, chomp.
Okay.
Is the stone in the bell tower?
Chomp, chomp.
Okay. Good.
It's in the damn church.
Is it by the altar?
Chomp.
Isn't that little thing that we found that was identical on the inside that we didn't really explore? Probably.
Is it in that thing that we didn't explore?
Yeah.
It gives just like a weird series of chomps. Yeah.
Yeah.
The chomping equivalent, like how the fuck would I know?
Tabernacle?
Yeah.
I guess we can look for hidden compartments in there. I'll go back.
Mike, what was your question first? Or were you just saying that to the group?
Yeah, I was just saying that to the group. Like, we didn't really look for hidden compartments in there. We can go back. You want to come with me?
I'm going with Uncle Danny. Reload all my weapons.
Well, it's by the altar, so.
Now, Joe, your last question, it does not chomp. Like it almost, then it kind of hesitates.
Take the head with us.
If you take the head with you, you have to give it a name.
It was a terrible name.
Hedy Lamar.
I would like to suggest Ed. His name is Ed the Severed Head.
I'm fine with that.
Eduardo.
I'm okay with that.
Ooh, I can talk about it now because that company doesn't exist anymore. I used to work at Radio Shack and we had those like weird featureless mannequin heads.
Oh man.
That we would display headsets on, and I took one, and I named it Ed the Severed Head.
Ed, and Severed Ed.
Yeah.
Is this head? How well would it fit in my scepter? That's a hand.
Like, could you hold it, or are you like?
Could I like wedge it into the hand and have a hand
up its neck like a puppet?
I need a way to carry this head so it's not gonna bite me. And I have a stick with a hand
by
on
its
it.
hair.
Use your sombrero and hold it upside down, then put it neck first into the sombrero.
It's not going in my sombrero. That's fucking nasty.
Okay, I do have a suggestion, Joe.
That's fair.
You did drive a spike through its head.
Right.
You could just take the spike out, put the rod through of this scepter through the, and then just carry it like a really morbid kebab.
Yeah, or I could like hold the hand of the scepter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could like when you pick it up, like the head stays upright at first, and then after a while, it's just like
slowly slides.
Yeah. All right, that's what I think I'll do.
Okay.
We're going back to that lawyer's office, and we're throwing that head on the desk.
I'm just gonna put a I'm not gonna fuck with it actually on there. Important thing. I'm gonna put it at like the end of a torch. I have torches, so just
okay, fine. Cool.
Back to the
You got
chapel.
it safely. So back to the chapel, back to the tabernacle.
Yeah.
What's the
I'm gonna try to feel around for any.
what is that? Give
Maybe-
me a
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna start walking towards the tabernacle, and I'm gonna say, "Are we walking in the right direction?"
chomp.
And then I'm gonna continue walking. I'm gonna say, "Chomp twice if we pass it."
You walk up on the stage. You walk up to the tabernacle, and it chomps twice. Now, hang on, Joe. Mike, you were going to go investigate the interior of that. Since you're using your hands to kind of search over it, as you physically indicated, give me an easy scrutinize test.
I succeed.
That's a pass.
Yep.
You find that on the front side of this thing, there's like some carvings of animals. And you find that there's a carving of a dog. And then when you investigate the carving of the dog on the inside, the eye of the dog is actually like a button.
Oh.
And you give the button a little push, and there's a click.
I do.
And there's a panel of the stage kind of over by the door into the office that pops open, opening a hole into the ground, and looking down into it, there's a ladder.
Ooh, I think we found our way, boys.
All right.
Who's going down first?
Let's take a second here. It is coming up on 12:30. Is everyone cool to keep going, or would we like to schedule a session 2?
How much more do
fine.
we have? I'm getting pretty tired here.
It's up to you guys, right? You guys could get down here and have it done in 30 minutes, or we could spend like another hour and a half down here. We could, and that's not even giving any kind of time for you guys making it back to the...
Right.
It's probably best if we try
Or
for
combat.
another day.
Yeah, let's do a split session.
This is a good resting point. So we will
send into the darkness.
Right. We'll all amongst ourselves offline. We'll find a time to schedule it. Hopefully not too far out when we can do a session 2 of this. This has been a modified version of the Last Will and Testament of Obediah Felkner. I bought this adventure on the Goodman Game Store. Of course, we're playing Zweihander tonight, which you can pick up on. Go ahead, Adam.
I was just thinking we could call it Obediah 2 Electric Moogaloo.
I will change our advertisement splash to reflect that. Obediah 2 Electric Moogaloo. I got to write that down so I do not forget it.
I love it. And that way, Adam can remember that he has to move for the entire next session as well.
Yeah.
We do have
God, all those things you've probably had to write down for that poor fella.
We do have 3 purchased fortune points. Those are going to carry over. So next session we'll start off with 6 regular fortune points, no misfortune points, and then 3 purchased fortune points. So you guys should be pretty good going into next session. I don't know.
Any
Yeah.
RP?
Let's go ahead and we're going to do just 150 RP. 150 isn't enough to do shit at this level. 200 RP.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, we'll be back at some undetermined time. Make sure you follow us here on Twitch, twitch.tv/ZweihanderRPG, so you can get notifications on when this channel goes live. You can follow all of us on Twitter. Well, at least Matt, Adam, and I don't know. The rest of you may or may not have Twitters. But you can find Adam at Radiator RPG. Matt, you're at Jowzam3 still.
At Jowzam3.
And you can find me at Cobalt Defenders. I don't fucking know. Matt, you want to talk about any shit you guys
tomorrow
got
night?
coming up
We
on
got
the stream?
the Left-Handed Path, the longest-running Zweihander game on the internet. Will be tomorrow night. We continue at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, so please join us. It is devolved into an evil campaign over time.
So
They've
great.
summoned demons, not just one but two. They are going down a slippery slope of evil, and they are now trying to flee the continent from the witch hunters that are searching after them. So 9 o'clock tomorrow night, Central Standard Time on this channel here.
There you go.
That's,
Go ahead.
yeah, one thing. So if you were interested in some of the spells that I might have been using and wanting to see what success actually looks like, there's a preview for Divine Magic Supplement that my crew is releasing called Divinity Unleashed. This is absolutely free, like I said, and go ahead and check it out. And you can check out the profession that I was playing and some of the new spells and marks of the Demiurge.
It's on Drive-Thru RPG, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Let's see. You can find Matt, Joe, and I Monday night on twitch.tv/the lollygaggers. Is that the right address?
Yep.
Or is it twitch.tv/lollygaggers?
It's the Lollygaggers.
The Lollygaggers.
Yeah.
As we play some, as we play some hearts.
There he is.
Yep.
Yep, there he is.
I
I don't know.
Smash me an egg.
Yeah. Joe, Jake, and I, we are Defenders of Cobalt. You can find us Wednesday night as Joe runs us through a DCC funnel. He is creating all on his own based off some weird young people game. I don't know what the fuck it is.
SCP Foundation universe lore.
Yep. And then you can find us back here on twitch.tv/Zweihander RPG this coming Friday as we continue our Bloody Marches campaign. I don't want to plug anything else. I think we've plugged all we need to.
Yeah.
That's good. All right.
That's
Thank
great.
you, Chuck.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Chuck.
fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
And
Thanks,
thank
Chuck.
you, Defenders, for making this possible.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Absolutely.
And we'll
Good times.
we'll get another one scheduled. Follow us on Twitter and you can find out when we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll roll them credits. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.